Damn it, I forgot to change the quote at the end. Again, that's like 4 weeks on the run now. God damn it. Hey everyone, welcome. It is Sunday. It's Warhammer Sunday. It's time for me to crack on with some more Warhammer buildy to get things built up in advance of painting later on in the coming months. So welcome one and all. As always, before we get going, quick shout outs to the people that make all my content possible. First and foremost, of course, the lovely, wonderful patrons and channel members that allow me to continue doing this and make this my living. My patrons who join me at patreon.com/model making guru, the address is there. Or my lovely channel members who just became members by pressing the join button underneath any one of my videos or live streams. Either way, you can become one of those if you want. You can support the channel and keep it alive, and it's really brilliant if you do, because it really helps out. Pays the bills, puts the lights on, keeps me here. Also, to my corporate supporters, emodels.co.uk and goblingaming.co.uk. Both of those are your one-stop shop for all your model making and tabletop gaming needs. So go and check those out. Links in the description below. Use those links, and it tells them that I sent you, and I get some income from that. So there you go. So yes, welcome. As always, it's one of my streams, so there is a live chat. The live chat isn't on screen here anywhere. I've stopped doing that. It was too broken to be reliable. But there is a live chat if you're watching this on YouTube. So if you're watching embedded somewhere else, click the YouTube icon that's down here in the bottom right-hand corner somewhere. That'll take you to the YouTube page where you can carry on watching and also join the live chat. And you should, because this whole thing is just about you guys hanging out and chat and having a good time and wasting 3 hours with your mates while I do some nonsense in the background. So there you go. It's not about what I'm doing. It's about nonsense. Yeah, so welcome one and all. I'll have a quick whiz through chat before we get going. We're carrying on with the Space Wolves Combat Patrol today. Let's see who we have in. We have... hang on, I need to... excuse me. I need to clear my throat there. Wendy Hickson and Nimson Dime were the first two in, so welcome to you too. You can see there Wendy's a channel member because she's got the funky coloured name. Quano Man is also in and says burp. Hello, Quano Man. We have Panzer Koenig is in, and Colin at Festus 67's workshop and Scaly Models, Dad, are both in. They're two of your moderators, Colin and Dad. They've just come over from his stream at between 12:30 and about 2:30 on a Sunday, the Sunday brunch, with Dave and Dad and Colin. So those two have come in. Welcome. Talking rubbish already, aren't I? Pascal Leaverse is in. Hello, Pascal. Not seen you for a little while. Welcome back. Plastic Monkey, hello to you. We have somehow we've got Festus Fluids are now in the chat. So if someone could just clean that up, clean up in R4. Cashier number 4, please. William Rayborn is in. Hello, Fox. How is everyone doing today? Fine, thank you, William. I hope you are well. So welcome to you. Who else have we got? Jamie Bone is in. Welcome, Jamie. Hello. Good to see you, matey. Phil East is in as well, who's just come in right then. Afternoon all, says Phil. Now, I don't expect it to get too busy in chat today because I completely, like an absolute spong, I completely forgot to do any pimpage at all this morning for the stream. I normally do it like first thing in the morning or, before lunchtime, just to remind me. I just totally forgot. I got so carried away. I did some bits and bobs, and then I was watching Colin's stream, and then I'm like, just as I was setting up, I'm like, crap, I didn't do any pimpage. So we might not get as many people in today. So we'll find out. Anyway, yes, so welcome to one and all of you. We're going to be carrying on with the Space Wolves. Now, before we get going, a little bit of an update, technical nonsense that you don't really care about. I have fixed my visuals. Yes, you'll notice everything's a bit nice and softer and lighter today. I figured out why everything was dark and crispy for the last few weeks, and it's to do with the colour range and the UV settings for my camera compared to everything else in my streaming software. So I don't need to go into it because none of you will know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I was on full anti-burn partial. It's to do with the colour range. I had the wrong colour range settings because I've been messing around. And if there's one thing I've learnt, it's that I should remember not to go messing around with settings, because whenever I do, something breaks. But yeah, so hopefully all the blacks won't look as crushed today, and there won't be as much overexposure. It'll look much better. So hopefully, do let me know. But yes, if anybody's out there doing streaming and having issues with that, it's because if you want to know, I had my camera, my C920 colour range set to full, which is from 0 to 255, which is what you want for like computer monitors and things like that. But I had the streaming software set to partial, which is what you want for most video game consoles do partial. They go from like, I think 30 to 220 or something like that. It's all very complicated stuff, but I was trying to convert partial to partial. I've got it set right now anyway, so yeah, anyway. So, yes, we're cracking on with the Combat Patrol. We finished up the Invictus Battlesuit, or as I like to call it, the My First Gundam. Get out of the way, lads. My First Gundam. So that's been done. It's not glued together. Everything's only loosely assembled because it's all in bits and sub-assemblies for painting. So we got the Slappy Fist of Slappity done, and we got the Big Wiggly Hand of Burnitude. We'll look forward to painting that. That's been done. We've got the legs and stuff and the dudes in there, all ready to be painted. So that is just sitting to one side. I'll put these back in the tin. I've got them in sub-assemblies, so they can be easily painted. So today what we shall do is we shall carry on with the figures, the dudes. If you remember, we've already painted Haldor Icepelt, who's like the lieutenant. He's been done. So it's just the rank and file space marines we've got to do today. Oh, I've glued the guns in position as well. They're now locked and glued into that forward-facing pose. So there you go. Just for convenience sake, I shall put that in there. So yes, they've been done. So it's just working on the space marines today. I shall put that over there for a reason. So I've built 4 so far. Let me put this over. Hang on. Let me put this back in its little box. 1 second, because I don't need it. There you go. Get in there and shut up. No. Hang on. Technical difficulties. Get in there. Yes, that's it. There we go. Good lad. You know, everything's hard work. Yeah, so we've just got to build. I've got 4 things done already. I built these on Colin and I's live stream on Friday. We do a midnight live stream on Colin's channel. So they've been done. So we've got a few more to build. Let's have a look. Fans are saying you will clean up the Festus Fluids mess after the show. There you go. Good man, you've got your priorities right. William Rayborn is listening, working on the Blaze at Zaku Phantom. Jolly good. But now I did see the non-asymmetrical eagle you mentioned several weeks ago, says Koenig. Non-asymmetrical eagle. What? I don't know what we're talking about there. I've obviously forgotten completely. If I said it weeks, I don't even know what I said 10 minutes ago, so never mind something I said weeks ago. Foxy Spoon, says Mayhem. And then Dad, of course, without any prompting from me, good girl, without any prompting from me, asks the most important question that always can be asked on one of my streams. Bench and belly. What's on your bench? And what's in your belly? What are you working on? Doesn't have to be a model, but if it's a model, cool. If it's something else, could be drawing or arts or crafts or anything. Let me know. And what's in your belly? What are you going to have for your dinner, or what have you had for your dinner? Bench, of course, is these for me, and for my belly, I've just got some beef mince out of the fridge. No, some diced chicken, actually, out of the fridge, and I'll make some Fox's mess tonight. And I've got crap on my glasses, so I can't. I've got a big smudge right in the middle. Hang on. Let me desmudge my glasses lens. So yes, Fox's mess for dinner, and I'm doing these space puppies. So yes, what have you got on your bench and belly? Do tell. Remember, not that interested in what's on your bench. It's more about the belly, but do tell us everything. Right, so like these glasses cleaned. There we go, I can see now. Panzer says, belly, the aforementioned full fried breakfast, bench figures for Tamiya's M2 Scout Con. Jolly good. Full fried breakfast is always the right answer. Now, let's have a look and see. We've got 4 dudes built, so we built. I'm numbering these so I know which is which in the assembly process, so that's. Oh, I've already made a boob, haven't I? I've numbered these guys. I've got 2 of these and 2. I've numbered them as number 1 and them as number 2, but they're actually number 2 and number 2. They're not separate. It doesn't really matter, I suppose. I don't think it really matters. They've all kind of got the same pose anyway, I think. La, 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 la. When it comes to, oh, I see, when it comes to building all the arms and legs, it doesn't actually say use the 2A body or the 2B body. It just says use the dude. So, you know, I'll just not bother marking them down. I was marking them down so I knew that which were these two and these two, but they're all kind of the same. I'll just not bother with that. Right, so we've built 2 of those and 2 of those. We need to build 2 of these. Bench is my World War II Jeep build, says Nim. Specifically colour. Oh, hello. Carnage. Keyboard pops up. Everything jumps. This desk is haunted. Haunted by the spirit of a kit I didn't make very well. Bench is my World War II Jeep build, specifically colour blocking the figures. Belly will be mac and cheese, maybe. So, yes. Panzer says, the Warhammer Eagle thingy on your intro, the same one you have forgotten to change the quote on for the past 4 weeks, it's not symmetrical. Oh, right, I see what you mean, yes. If you look at the Imperial Aquila, it's not actually symmetrical. The 2 toes are different, and obviously the eyes are different because one's hooded and blind and one's got an eye, but the wings are never symmetrical, and the toes aren't the same. It's not actually symmetrical. Right, so we need some C sprues. Do some bloody work, Fox. C1, C1. That's D, so I don't want that. Nonsense. Who wants a D sprue? D sprue is for chumps. C1 or 2 even. And Sator, there we go. I'm also trialling a new audio setup that I was using on some streams the other day, so do let me know how the audio sounds. Right, so we need C. Now it's spread across 2 different sprues, so I'll have to do a bit of searching for these parts. Wayne Haywood is in. Welcome, Wayne. How are you doing, my friend? And Michael Stallman is in. Welcome to you as well, Michael. Dav has asked the question, bench and belly, if you missed it, so feel free to answer. So we need 27 and 29, first of all. 27, and also we need the nippers. Yeah, the nippers are good, yeah, that's it. Let's get the right sprue first. So 27, 29, which is... I started singing and I don't know why. 27 and 29, that's that one. And we'll need... So we've got 27 and 29. There's 27, yes. Now, apologies if I go off camera when I'm doing the snipping off the sprue. It's purely because it's easier for me to wave the sprue around just above the camera, where the camera is. And not have to try and do it down here, which is just pain in the bum. 27, I need 29, which is at other leg, which is there. There you go. So I hope everyone is well today and fine and dandy. I'm doing okay. Thank you very much for asking. Not that you did, but you did in your mind. I know you did. Not a lot of news. As always, as ever, I've not had a chance to work on the Lehman Russ again. But I have been working on the D'Agostini X-Wing Falcon and editing all the video. X-Wing Falcon. What the hell is an X-Wing Falcon? Wait on. I need beverage. There we go. Yes, I've been working on the X-Wing videos all week. And I'm putting up 5 last week. I've done 5 this week coming up. I've got 5 next week. And I've actually just received the next 5 issues. So I've got another 5. So there's another. I'm editing them and uploading them to be scheduled every day. So for next week, the week after, there will be one video at 1 PM every day, Monday to Friday, on the X-Wing. And I might do the next 5 as soon as I finish those, or I might just leave that for a little bit. I don't know yet. Because I don't want to do constant videos, non-stop all the time video every day. But yes, if you've been watching, there'll be another one tomorrow at 1 PM, then Tuesday at 1 PM, and so on and so on. I think Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays are uploaded. The rest are still being edited. So yeah, not done any on the Lehman Russ, but we're working on the X-Wing. What's the next bit? 28 and 30. 28 and 30. These could be anywhere. 20. Oh, they're the Greaves, aren't they? Oops, if I know what I'm looking for. There we go. 28 and 30. Now, in other news, you will have noticed, if you've noticed on my channel, there's a little teaser video on there that went up yesterday. I will be doing another part work. It has now happened. Possibly 2, but at the moment 1 that I know of, or that I can confirm for sure. There is another part work coming up, which will be starting shortly. And I'm quite happy to take on extra part works because they're only like a little bit of work each month, so I can slot them in around everything else. 26 and 25 I want. So I will be taking on new part work, and if you've watched the little teaser, you may have realised what it is, or you may not. You may not know what it is. But I will be building 125. I will be building the fan home 1/8 scale Dodge Charger from Fast and Furious. I have no idea about the Fast and Furious. I've never watched them. I do, however, like muscle cars. Not on a real level like I know anything about engines and cars. I just appreciate muscle cars. So I am more than happy to build an Dodge Charger. Now, it is the one from the movie, so it's got like one seat and an ox bottle, and that's about it in the interior. It's not got like all the seats and everything. It's the sort of the dragster version or whatever. I've not seen the movies. I don't know what we're talking about. But, you know, you get the idea. It's the one that does a wheelie and then crashes, and yeah, apparently. Okay, so that's the bits. So I will be doing that. So I've not received the issues or anything yet, but that's in the works. So hopefully in the coming weeks, that'll be an extra part work in the pile. And I'm looking forward to that. It's about, I can't show you, but it will just about fit on this desk, and it weighs 8.3 kilograms because it's all metal and stuff. It's yes. So that's coming up in the future. It's Dodge Charger. How can you not do a Dodge Charger? Where are we up to? Let's have a quick look at chat. Wayne Hayward says, hi all, welcome Wayne, my friend. Festa 67's Workshop says, cup of tea and belly, 432 on the bench. 432 was mentioned. Dad says 432. Phil says, toast in the belly and martini Porsche on the bench. If you missed out the word Porsche there, it would have made you sound like a complete lush. I've had toast for breakfast and martini for every other time of the day. Lee Stevenson bench. Oh, hello. How are you doing, my friend? Bench is the Tao Rivana, or Rivana, and belly was Chinese-style pork loin, cheese, and jalapeno bread. Oh, yes. Wayne Hayward says, bench, Wild West Exodus posse, belly, last night's leftover pizza, half seafood, half Hawaiian. That sounds interesting. Pascal, currently building the Lego Space Shuttle Discovery. Awesome. Belly, some baguette with olives. Nice. Mayhem says 4, 3, 2. Cashier number 4, 3, 2 is open, please. And that's up to date on the chat. Oh, Michael Starman says, belly, sausage sandwich with brown sauce. I just ordered the R2-D2. Sausage sandwich with brown sauce. I'm not the biggest fan of brown sauce, but I can appreciate it. But yeah, sausage sandwich. And you've just ordered the R2-D2. It's huge. It's huge, bigly hugeness. Big of water. I could have done the R2-D2, but it's not too big. Well, it's kind of not too big from my bench, but I've got to consider where I can store things when they're not being worked on. And I'm really running out of storage space. So I know that while I'm doing the charger, it'll be like a couple of foot long, but it'll only be like that tall. So I can put it in a box, and I know where I can store it easily with everything else. So yes. Now there may be another part work involved, but I don't know yet. It's not 100% sure on that one. So stay tuned. Maybe another one as well. But yes, I know I can fit the charger in, so that's going to be excellent fun, I think. Know nothing about Need for Speed then. I know nothing about Fast and Furious. It's not the kind of movie I would watch, but we shall find out and see what goes on. Anyway, there we go. Ding ding. Get this dude cleaned up. It's going to be making dudes today. Oh, chunk of plastic in there. Making dudes today. Nothing too exceptionally interesting. Now I don't have the window open, so there won't be any bees, of course. If you're hoping for bees, that won't be happening. And of course, I don't have Dad in the background, hidden under my desk like Colin has on his streams, so there won't be any accidental parpage. Look at the popularity. What else has been going on? Nothing else really news-wise from me, as I've been working on the videos for the X-Wing, so that's what's taken up all my week. It was one of those things where I thought, I'll just film all 15, it'll only take me a couple of days to film it, do a bit of editing and get them uploaded. Now it's taking me like a week and a half. It takes longer than you think, but I'm getting into a routine now so I can work faster. So that's ongoing. What else has been going on? Not a lot really else to report from Guru Towers, from Fox Towers, nothing really. I haven't had a chance to do anything on the Lehman Russ. I know what I have done though. I may have made a decision. May have made a little bit of a decision. Well, I say that I won't have changed my mind in about 5 minutes, but I did order some paints. Ordered some paints from Goblin Gaming the other day. Yes, I got myself... I didn't even know this was a colour when I found it. I thought, I need that. I got myself some Death Corp... Sorry, I said Corpse then, didn't I? Death Corp Drag. Death Core. Swig of water, hang on. Death Core Drab. I said Corpse, I know. Death Core Drab. I didn't know it was a colour, but it's like a nice greeny drab colour. I've got the air version as well. I've picked up a couple of air paints that I've not tried them before. I've got some The Fang for me Space Wolves, and I've got some Death Core Dragon. I'm going to try these air paints out, see what they're like. But I found this and I thought I'll get this because I've still not fully decided on the colours for my Death Core dudes yet. And so what I might do, I've got the standard colours, and I'm torn between going for sort of the blue overcoat style, the French style blue overcoats using the Fang and other colours, or going for the sort of green drab colour overcoats. I'm not quite sure, you know, the big great coats and stuff, so I don't know yet. And whether this would then carry on to the vehicles, I don't know. So what I might do, when I finish the Lehman Russ, I might paint my Baneblade, but I don't know yet. I don't know. We'll wait and see. Or I might start one of the Deathcore tanks I've got. We'll see. But if I do, I don't know whether I'll paint the tank the same colour as the dudes, or I might have the tank in sort of German grey style colours and then the dudes in the Deathcore. I don't know yet. We'll find out. But I've got these anyway. I thought I'll get those paints while I can get them. I didn't even know there's so many colours in the Citadel range that I don't even know exist. And you see them and you're like, oh, I didn't know about that. Yeah. Bobbins 9000 is in. Welcome, Bobbins. And he says, good afternoon, chaps. Welcome. And chapesses. There are chapesses in the chat as well. Gentle pongs and lady spoons. That doesn't sound right, does it? Right. Let's crack on. So yeah, so I might have forced myself into a decision by buying the specs to actually do some Deathcore stuff after I finish the Lehman Russ, but I need to finish the Lehman Russ first. Good God. Get a Lehman Russ, they said. Film a tabletop trauma centre. It'll only take a few weeks. It's a real simple paint job. 4 months later. Yeah. You know what I'm like. I don't do anything quick. Well, either I do, but things always get in the way and rip me up. Lots of clean up today, hence the fact the camera's close up. What else has been going on? Nothing else really to put. So what's been happening with you guys? I hope everyone is well and having a good weekend. Oops. Not really anything else to report that's been happening here, I'm afraid. Oops. Get rid of this nub without messing up the greave. Bit of a sticky out nub, but it's easy to carve a chunk out the greave if you're not careful when you're doing this. Because I can't go that way with the knife. I just can't. My brain can't physically cope with doing that. So and I can't really turn it round, because if I do it from this side, I'll be risk. Oh, maybe I can. I risk gouging it further up. We'll survive like that. Oh no, I forgot. So yes, how is everyone? I hope you're all well. Don't forget, of course, if you're watching this in the live chat, I've got my goggles of seeing on now, my little lenses, so I can see things. When I have those on, that chat is now a great big blur. So if you want to get my attention in chat, and please do, because it's all about the chat. It's all about you guys hanging out with each other in there and having fun, and also a way for you guys to, you know, chat with me. So if you are in there, please do ask me questions and give me things to talk about. God knows I need stuff to talk about. But don't forget, if you want to catch my attention, because you'll be out of focus in there, please put your comment in capitals. Put the whole thing in big fat capitals so it stands out a little bit. Or if you want to, you can @ me. You can just @ Model Making Guru in the chat, and it'll put an orange box around my name and I'll see it. Or if you want to, and you want to help out the channel at the same time, you can do a super chat by clicking on the super chat button, which is the little dollar symbol at the bottom of the chat window. And that will put your comment in a big coloured box. There's no way I can miss it. It'll animate something on the screen as well. And I'll have a chance to see that. But there's no way I can miss it then. And you're also supporting the channel at the same time if you do that, because that's really helping out to pay the bills. So you can do that if you want. Now, yesterday, if you watched my Skyrim stream yesterday, you'll have noticed that a little way through the stream, a thing popped up saying, Scaly Models is now a subscriber. And there was another one a bit later on with somebody else saying they're now a subscriber. And I didn't know what that was about, because Dad's been a subscriber for ages. I think it means channel member. But it turns out it was something that happened months ago. It just decided to randomly pop up that into the stream yesterday, so I don't know why. It's just Streamlabs being weird. Wouldn't be the first time. So, hello, I've got a text message incoming. Or you can text Fox and ask a question, lol. How are you? Hugs. Big Dad hugs, Dad. You spoon. I don't know. Thank you, Dad. Yes, if you do happen to have my mobile number. Oh, dear. So, need to keep these cleaned up. So let us, first of all, get the scrapey tool of scrapiness. Don't worry about the mould line there, because the greave covers that, so it's just little bits. Now, these are modern Primaris Marines, and I do like the cleanup because it's usually really quick, speedy. And it's like I've said before, even though I don't enjoy the building part of this hobby as much as the painting part, there is something to be said for assembling either Space Marines or Astra Militarum, Imperial Guard, Grunt Troops. They're just kind of satisfying to clean up and build because they're so easy. So I do find building Space Marines kind of relaxing. It's weird, isn't it? For someone that doesn't like the building side of the hobby, I actually enjoy this part of the building side of the hobby. It's very strange. It's most peculiar. Where's me sanding sponge? But yes, I hope everyone is well. Can't think of anything to talk about, so I'm just going to go quiet now. Sound of wind and crickets. I can't even go quiet when I'm going quiet, can I? I can't shut up. I can't help myself. For the love of God, give me things to talk about. Mould line there, little tiny mould line. Away you go, and away you go. Go. Got to be careful around here for the little nodules on the back. Nodules. They're an annoying bit because they do tend to get sanded away accidentally, which is a bit annoying. Not really the right sanding tool, is it there? It's a bit rubbish, that sanding sponge. Lee Stevenson will need to get some of the Fang painters. I just bought a Greater Good model from War Games exclusive as an alternative to the Games Workshop Ethereal. The thing that narked me was I thought I'll prime all my Deathcore and stuff in the Fang and my Space Wolves as well. But I'll prime. I can use Fang on Deathcore if I was doing the blue greatcoats. But they don't do the Fang rattle can anymore, which is really annoying. I was going to use that as the base colour for my Space Wolves as well, but they don't do it. So that's why I got the air paint, because I thought flange. So that was most annoying. Scaling models. Oh, weird that. Raging models in. Afternoon, dudes, he says. The question has been asked, says Dad. Lee says, I thought of you as I saw a video on... I'll take my lenses off so I can see. I thought of you as I saw a video on the history of the Forge World style of painting after you mentioned about the use of pigments, etc. Yes. It's a more realistic sort of traditional armour painting style. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, because there's lots of alternatives, but the one thing about Forge Work pigments is they don't exist anymore. They kept that quiet. They didn't say anything, but I didn't realise, and I was just looking around in the Forge World store the other day for fun and sadness because you can't afford any of it. And I thought, I wonder what I can't remember what the pigments are. I'll have a look. And there was nothing there. And a lot of that side of the store now just goes to the Games Workshop site, and they're like, oh, they've stopped doing pigments. That's a shame, because I did mean to pick some up at some point, but I never did. And now they're gone forever. And they set sail from Liverpool, never to return. I was channeling my inner Aaron Sweater there, sorry. So yeah, they don't do them pigments anymore. Boo hiss. Just as I was about to give them some of my money. I would like to give you some money for this product. No. Okay. Never mind. Now I do this every time. I clean out the plastic sponge from this little line on the boot. Even though I know full well the greave will cover it up. But I still do it. I'm up there, aren't I? There we go. That's that one done. I think. Just checking. Checking. Yes. This one needs clean-uppery. I'll get a little container so I can put them in things. Seems one of the original designers was a top armour modeller and brought his weathering skills with him. Even found a reference when he was credited with inventing hairspray chipping. Oh, cool. It wouldn't surprise me, because they do use a more I don't want to say professional then, a more traditional weathering style, aside from the, the Games Workshop style. Bobbins 9000 says, Belly, coffee and a jam donut, bench painting the Revell Airbus A400M. Jan's Car says, hello all on the bench, painting up 9 demonettes, and for tea, chicken and bacon pizza. Oh yeah, demonettes of Slanesh. All the flesh tones. Oh no, am I thinking of something else? I'm thinking of something else, aren't I? Probably still. It's Slanesh. There's going to be some flesh tones in there. See, Dad would like Slanesh. Because it's all like naked ladies and boobies and things. Because Slanesh is all about pleasure and pain. Of course, there's all kind of like Rudy, almost, well, not quite Rudy things, because this Games Workshop, they can't go that adult. But they skirt the edges of it. Quite competently, it should be said. La 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 la. Doesn't much to clean on that one. Not much to clean on this one either. Excellent. I'll use the delicate file for that, so I don't have to do a lot of cleanup. Where are we? Scale Model Muse is in. Welcome, Muse. Big hugs. She says, bench and belly, coffee, and about to assemble a new cage for the macaw. God, I didn't know you had a macaw. Cool. How old is your macaw? And what is your macaw called? Is it called Burp? That would be a great name for a macaw. And is it friendly or grumpy? More texts. Colin says, this is a text message. Colin says, this is a text message with a tit on it. But there is no tit on it, although you did send it. Sorry, only joking. There was no tit on it. Yeah, bless you, Colin. I was watching, if you watched Colin's stream earlier on today with Dave, and he was saying something about, he didn't want, when he was first doing videos, he didn't want people to hear his horrible voice. He says, I do butcher the English language. I do destroy it and break it. And it's like, yeah, but Cole, your broken English is the best broken English. We wouldn't change it for all the tea in China. I don't know what that means. For all the money in the world, we wouldn't change the Festa English. You go into your Windows settings, you've got American English, English, or as well, let's call it proper English, American English, English, and Festa English. Oh, handles. If we ever make it famous, Carl, then one of us needs to somehow get you to do a sat-nav voice. It needs to happen. Yeah, take the next. I can't do it. I'm not going to even try and do it justice, but you get the idea. That would be classic. Chat is doing things. Yeah, I do like the Forge. If you go and look at some of the, especially Deathcore, I know it's Deathcore, but if you just look at some of the Deathcore vehicles and tanks, they're just the perfect examples, because they're often painted in like dark greys and things and greens. And they're perfect examples of that sort of style, the armour painting style. Although I must note, by the way, if you do look for Death Guard on Forge World, if you filter it purely by Death Guard, like Armours of the Imperium, it doesn't show everything. It misses out some of the tanks and vehicles. Like the Malcadoran Furnace and the Macarius Vanquisher variants, they don't get listed under Deathcore for some reason, but they are Deathcore vehicles, so... Excuse me. So keep that in mind. I still haven't decided, though, what the next thing should be, if it should be the Malcador or the Vanquisher, or if I should just paint the Baneblade. Because I'm going to do the Baneblade, this Baneblade I've got built as a Deathcore. But I don't want to step on Colin's toes, because he's painting his. I don't know yet. Maybe I should just shut up and do my Macarius Vanquisher. Do. Thinking of things to talk about and coming up with nothing. I need your help, guys. I tell you, the day that StreamYard can fix their crap and make me not fall out of the stream every 5 minutes is the day I start doing this Warhammer Sunday with a co-host. or with co-hosts. Because I don't mind doing stream by myself. I'm more than confident doing that. It's not a problem at all. I don't get nervous and I don't get scared, and I'm quite, confident I can sit here and waffle on for 3 hours and just do what needs to be done. But it's much more fun when there's more than one event. As I found out doing Colin's Friday stream, which is an absolute blast. And Colin did say to me, he said, yeah, are you okay to keep doing this stream? And I'm like, absolutely. It's my favourite stream thing of the week, because it's like the one stream I'm doing where it's not actually work. I get to just chill out and have fun. I mean, I have fun anyway, but you know what I mean? I'm not doing it for any other reason than just to hang out with a mate. So I do enjoy it. So we shall see. I just need StreamYard to sort their crap out so I don't fall out, because I can't do that. I could run the stream, no problem, but every time I fell out, you guys would just get the screen that I see, which is the click here to go back into the stream, which is annoying. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm taking a long time cleaning this guy up. I'm kind of enjoying it. I'm going to clean all his little crevices, nooks and crannies, you see? There we go. Nice and clean, that is. That's nice and clean, yeah. Lovely. Lovely. That was good. Right. Dusty. Chat says... we're up to Scale Model Muse. Oh, we've done that one. Hello again, also Muse. Panzer waves at Muse. His name is KN like the pepper. He's real smart ass. He's a real smart ass buzzard, says Muse. Cool. You need to put pictures in the boom hut. We haven't seen this friend of yours yet, this creature. We need to make sure that people are happily. But I don't mind people posting pet pictures in the boom hut because it's a community, you see. So get a picture of him in the him or her. Is he? He. Get me pictures of him in the boom hut. Or videos even. It's absolutely fine. We want to see. Pets are people's best friends, so it's good to share your best friends. And whoever it is that's got the possum in the... I can't remember who it is that's got the possum now. I don't know if you're watching. Is it Max? It might be Max. Whoever's got the possum. We need video of that possum. The one that I've renamed Burp the Cat, because that's his name now, I've decided. I know he's a possum. Don't care. Okay, Fox, for Mercenary Human Mode, will you be live streaming next Saturday? Next Saturday? Hey? Why is that Mercenary Human Mode? I'm happy to stream every Saturday. I do my Skyrim. So why is there something happening next Saturday? I don't understand. Have I missed something? La 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 la. Whoa, hello. What was? All those words just fell over then, didn't they? I half expected Colin's text to say, "Alexa, play Rick Astley." Alexa, play Rick Astley. Never gonna give you up. It's not going to work. Everybody turns their off now. It doesn't work anymore. Nobody falls for that. Hey Google, play Agadoo. Not going to work. Right, where are we? Need some glues. Gluing times. Oh, Prince Philip's funeral. Yes, I'll be streaming as normal. It's not of any relevance to me, so yes, nothing changes. Nothing changes for me. I've just been avoiding the news all week. I've no interest in it. And it's kind of just... I applaud Channel 4 for just continuing the normal programming, because not everybody actually cares. So, there we go. I'm not a royalist, you may have noticed. I'm completely not a royalist at all. I have no interest in royal family and that kind of stuff. I've lost a Grieve somewhere. Oh, I've lost a Jimmy. This might be bad. Hello. Oh, there it is. There it is. Life goes on, says Killer Chief. I have no interest in the royals. I see them in... To me, I see them in exactly the same way as I see celebrities, irrelevant and pointless, and of no interest to my life at all. So... It's sad, yes, it's very sad that he's passed away, as it is when anybody gets passed away, but I really have no interest in it taking over my entire, media and TV life for the next 2 weeks. And no, I've no intention of changing anything. I don't normally watch the news anyway, so not making a difference to me. Oops, I've got a nub. Ooh, little nubularity. There we go. That soon sorted that out. Oops. There we go. Yes, to me, it'd be no different if a celebrity passed away. I'd be like, well, that's really sad. That's sad that somebody's died, but it doesn't make any difference to me. It's no different to some pointless celebrity passing away or something else. More important things to be stressed about and worry about. Ian's car, same, not a royalist either. Is that a football reference, Fox? Jimmy Greaves? Yes. Jimmy Greaves. Yeah. Just because these are Greaves, aren't they? So it's the only joke I could come up with. You'll be clashing with the televised funeral, says Panzer. Don't care. Really. Sounds really harsh. Don't care. I'm sure my tiny viewing figures will have no impact. Yeah. I need the big fat glue. Cheers, Fox. I thought it was only the Colin who did that. Good job I have my voice back so I could stop it, says Gemma. Oh, when I occasionally go... Because, yeah. Just your brain suddenly just gets ahead of itself and you can't actually use all the words you planned on using. Yes. There we go. Oops. How's that going? Why is that not even fitting? That doesn't even appear to be the right leg. What? How the... Okay, I'm going to put that to one side because that leg doesn't appear to fit. That's weird. That's very strange. That one does. Let's do that one. That's a bit concerning. I glued something on incorrectly here, or taken the wrong thing off a sprue. That's a little bit worrying. That one there. Oh, put my finger on the glue. Well done, Fox. Well done. That one there. Get this one on at least, then we'll see what the crack is. What's chat doing? Funnily enough, on Friday evening, I took a number of calls complaining about the coverage on 5 channels. Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's sad, and it's, it's the thing, but you don't need to stop your entire channel's programming across all the channels for like a whole week, because, a lot of people really don't care that much. It's a sad reality, but a lot of people really don't have that much of an interest in that at all. Right, why is this not fitting? C10 and C9. Have I cut the wrong thing off the sprue somewhere? I've got no way to know now, have I? I still got C10 and C9 on the sprue. Have I cut them off? 41. That is wrong sprue. C. Do 26, 29. It's difficult when things aren't in. There's C10 on there. And very strange. I'm not sure why this leg just does not want to fit. Not compatible at all. That's very weird. We'll put him to one side and we'll cross that bridge when we... I've probably built the wrong leg, so we'll put him to one side and cross that bridge when we come to it, I guess. Very odd. Let's try again. C29 and C30. C29. There'll be another one to build, so let's try another one. And C30. C27. 29, so it's that one. C27. It's not that one. This one, isn't it? C27. Oh, C10. Where's C10? I'm muttering. I know I'm muttering. Give me a minute. Right, so we've got 20. So it's the same again. Should be two of these. 27 and 29. So 27. I think I might have cut the wrong leg off somewhere. Or done the wrong torso or something. 27. It's all interchangeable, I'm sure. 29. Go. 26 and 25. Have I looked at the... I don't know. 26 and 25. There we go, that's that one. Let's just compare then. How is that? Yeah, you got like a bulb there sticking out. So I've done the right torso. Torso's correct. Do. The correct torso. That's very weird. And that's the same leg. That's very strange. How is this? Most peculiar. That goes in. That goes in there. So how is that supposed to attach when there's a big bulb there? There's a big like bulb sticking out. That just does not fit. Have they misprinted some things in here? Have they printed the wrong numbers? Huh. Okay. That's concerning. Have they misprinted something? Let's get all the bits for this guy ready. So that's there. And we want 28 and 30. Oh, this is weird. 28 and 30. If anybody else has built this, do tell me what I'm doing wrong here, because that leg just does not fit. This is the third group of dudes. If anyone has position on Gumpler, advice on Gumpler positioning, I can't get mine to stay out on its annoying the heck of me. Glue the joints is the right advice. If it's still moving, then you need to make sure you're using the right glue for the right plastic. If it's an ABS in a frame, you need to use a glue that works with ABS plastic. Tamiya Extra Thin does not work with ABS plastic, nor does Tamiya regular cement, or most other polystyrene cements, because ABS doesn't have polystyrene. You'll need a cement that works with ABS, like Plastic Magic, or if you need a thick cement, there is the Tamiya ABS glue, the blue top. If it's not an ABS, I don't know where that's going now. I'm just making a mess down there. If it's not an ABS frame, then you just need to let it cure. You have to build it in sub-assemblies and put all the joints together, and then assemble the whole frame, and then put the armour on, depending on it. Fox, bear in mind, someone fought for Queen and Country, buddy. Remember your mantra, religion, politics, etc. Oh, I know. I'm not saying that it's not important to some people. I'm just saying it's not important to me. So I'm not saying that I'm right. That's just my opinion. I'm not going to pretend to have an interest in something because somebody else does. I'm not saying they're wrong and I'm right. I absolutely understand and respect that, but I'm not going to pretend that something's relevant to me when it's not. I don't understand. Well, that's that guy. Let's put him there before we go too far with him. Right, so this other guy is 34 and 33. Let's see if we can get this other two done. Chat doing. Try painting some varnish or super glue onto the balls of the joints to tighten them up. Yeah, if you're painting Gunpla, I used to get stressed out by Gunpla because you move them around and the paint comes out. I suddenly realised just don't move them around. Just build them into a fixed pose. If you're going to spend a long time painting a Gunpla, you don't want them to be moving things around to be scraping paint off. So, yes. Anything else in there? Nope. Waiting for the chat to catch up. This is where Fox now consults the instructions. Don't get too drastic. I don't know why. It's, as far as I know, I've got the right parts, so it seems to be the correct leg, and it seems to be the correct torso. So we'll build the other guy, the other 3 lots. We'll put these to one side, because if I've got the wrong leg or something somewhere, or if they've renumbered the instructions or the numbered the instructions incorrectly, then it'll become evident later on. So we need 35 and 37. Doesn't help that they're all spread randomly around the sprue, which is not helpful. 35. Not on either of those sprues, that's good. 35 and 37. 5. 30, there's 37. Snicked. There's 35. We need 36 and 38. Yeah, 36. Oh dear, 38. And yes, I know I don't normally do politics, religion and stuff in streams, but it's asked directly of me. I can't just ignore the comment. 34 and 33. 34. This looks similar to the one we just done, which is weird. 4. 33. There we go. Those. Let's get this chap built. Let's see if this guy goes together properly. Most rum. Most rum. Right. There we go. Right, let's get these bits cleaned up and see what happens with these. So that's the torso there. That fits together, so that's the right leg there. And that one goes in there. We go. Cool beans. He's cleaned up. Yeah, not a lot been going on, unfortunately, to talk about. So, what have you guys been up to? What's happening in on your workbenches? I think this guy's going to go together better. I think. Oops. What's chat doing? Mayhem says, all that talk about Fox's mess along with Fester's fluids and Dad's sticky spillage. Yeah, we may have lost our PG rating, I think, somewhere along the line. Yeah, but Fox's mess, though. Oh, so simple, as am I. So simple and so delightful. Scrapey time, or knifey time. Bizarrely warm today. I mean, it's not bizarrely warm because it's April. But it's been so cold and miserable the last couple of weeks. It's quite nice that it's warm now. Okay, out. There we go. And this one. Today's all about the birdcage, says Muse. not likely to get any model work done. It's going to be a big bird cage, isn't it, for a macaw? Because you've got to give them enough space to move around and things in there to keep them interested and active, and when they're in there. Does it say rude words? Have you taught him to say rude words yet? Do macaws do that? Do macaws do the imitation? I can't remember now. I can't remember if macaws do that imitation. Is that macaws? Wait, is macaw the white one with the yellow frill, or is the macaw the brightly coloured one? Now I'm showing my complete lack of, or my complete ignorance on this matter. Burbs. Macaw's white with the yellow frill, isn't it? I'm an idiot. I don't know these things. Eels car pretty much finished the McFarlane bolter, and like I said in the bench, and I'll start that again. Pretty much finished the McFarlane bolter because he's pinting the McFarlane Space Marine. And like I said in the bench and belly video games, you're playing 2 gacha games, one called Genshin Impact and the other is Azure Lane. Cool. It's not warm here. We had snow whilst Colin, Dave and Dad were on. Yeah, we had snow like yesterday morning for a little while, and then it was warm again. Phil East has just started the Revell Porsche, and it's an absolute dream of a kit so far, fitting together like a Bandai kit. Are you sure it must be a Reebox? It must be a rebadge. Yes, he talks and swears, lol, says Muse. This is correct. And white and yellow is a cockatoo. So what's a macaw? Macaw's not... Is the macaw the multicoloured one? I kind of can't remember. I should know. I can't remember. Used to have one, says Muse. Wait, you used to have one that lived for like about 50 years old or something. Massive long lifespans. On camera? I'm not even remotely on camera, you absolute spoon fox. I don't know. Can't get the staff. Oh, what's that? Sunday sponge. Incorrect sponge detected. I've got to talk about today. I'm kind of bereft for conversation. It's unusual for me, I know. Oops. It's kind of difficult when you've just been doing one thing all week. There's not really a lot to gas about. What else? If anything else has been going on that I can report on. I can't think of anything. Where's my scrapey tool? K is a green wing macaw, mostly red. I'll know what it is as soon as I see it. I'll be like, oh yeah, of course it is. The two was well over 50. I was her third keeper. No one knew her actual age. Oh, okay. That's a shame when an animal has to go through several keepers. Because, you know, they bond with the keeper, don't they? So, I guess keepers change or pass away or whatever. Oops. It's the thing when you got a pet with that kind of lifespan, though, isn't it? I have a pair of what was that? I keep trying to read through my lenses, but could lift them up. I have a pair of Shilkas awaiting tracks and a paint that I hope to get some serious work on next week. Cool. Edward Leonard's in. Welcome, Squishy King. He says, oops, finally woke up. Had back issues all week and not much sleep. Broke out the TENS unit. And after a couple of hours, finally no pain and dead sleep. Glad to hear it. Yeah, sorry you're having problems with your back. The back pain's one of the worst. It is one of the worst sometimes. Oops. But glad you managed to get some sleep. Always a good thing. Where's my scribey tool? Scribulation. A little bit of trim at the back. The little panel line is always a real pain to get to. Without scraping up the armour. Sometimes it's best left alone. That's... No, got to do the foot yet. How are the squishies, Edward? Hopefully squishy as ever. Still squishing along. Right, there's too many sprues sitting around on this desk now. I need to have some organisation going on here. I know, me, organisation. I wish. Right. Yeah, better. A little bit of that. I hope my head's not getting in shot. Have I just sanded away that little line? Oh no, it wasn't really there to start with. Okay, then this is acceptable. There. Yeah, I'm kind of a bit bereft of conversation this weekend. It's a bit weird, really. I've only got a lot to talk about. I've not done a lot, not watched anything new that I haven't watched before. Although I did watch a fake, somebody did like a fake mock-up of like Stargate trailers, like a reboot Stargate trailer sequence, a title sequence. And although the music was terrible, the title sequence was actually quite good. It was quite professional looking. I was like, yeah, they really should do a new Stargate series. We need to have more Stargate. We never will get more Stargate. But we should. It should be made to happen. But it never will. Have a look. I'm hoping to get some serious bench time in from 6:30 Tuesday morning. I'm on holiday for 9 whole days. Yeah, says Panzer. 9 whole days. Nice. Dad says, nice, mate. Squishies are good, Fox. Pulsing away, says Edward. Killer Chief, I'm back. I ran out of electric in my phone. Oh dear. You have to cycle harder to generate the power. Otherwise, you won't get as much Soylent Green this week. By the way, Soylent Green's made of people. Cleaned up. This looks like it might go together properly. I'm just confused by those other two dudes, though. It's going to be really weird if, like, I get everybody else assembled and those two dudes have the correct legs, but they're just not designed to fit. I'll have to do some jiggery pokery then, and some cut aroundness and some hackery to get them to fit, and that's not what I do. I've never, ever had a problem assembling Space Marines before. It's very strange. It's most peculiar. It can only really be that I've screwed something up somewhere and cut the wrong bits off the sprue, perhaps. But that just, for somebody else, but that just happened to go together. Like one of the other 4 guys I built has got the wrong legs or something. I don't know. I don't know. And then there. Shoulder part. Not that bad. Right, let's get this guy glued together and see if this guy goes together like properly. Like Mama used to make. I don't know. I need a base. How low can you go? And the phone shall be shut down. No last minute. Can you do an overtime shift? Says Panzer. Yeah, remember, Fox makes these mistakes so we don't have to, says Mayhem. Killer Chief says people are allowed opinions. I don't know what we're talking about there. I make all the mistakes, so you really can avoid doing the same dumbass things that I do. Like remembering where the other half of the torso has just gone. It's there. So that goes on there. The right way up would always be a good start there, Fox. Well done. Hello. Hello. Let the glue disappear into the gap. You know how it works. Caterpillar action. Touch it to the gap and the glue sucks in. There we go. That bit goes on there. We shall attach the jimmies. That's that one. Yes. And then this one. Oops, no, put it on first, your spoon. To that. And a touch of that. There. Now let's see how these go together. Like a glove, hopefully. See, sticky out a bit. And there, that makes sense. There we go. Fits perfectly like a dream. Glue on there. Can only assume I have screwed up and got the wrong leg or the wrong torso part or something. But I don't know. I mean, the sprues are confusing at the best of times because they're all in random orders. And you've got C sprues that are kind of duplicates of each other, but not quite. Or something. I don't know. The fat glue holds the leg in place. Thin glue comes in just to seal the deal and weld the plastic together. There we go. Tiniest amount is all you need. Give that a minute to set. I'll get the other one done as well. See, I can motor through Space Marines when I have to. It's just because they're not that complicated when you get them right. There was an American food product called Soylent. I always thought someone in marketing read the first few pages, thought this is great product, but never finished the book. Yeah, they deliberately made it to be like an alternative. It's like a completely... it's supposed to be like the healthiest food or something. It contains all the vitamins and minerals you need without having anything else. Apparently it wasn't very nice, and apparently I don't think it's still going. I think it wasn't very good. I don't think it did what it was supposed to do. Could be worse, Fox. The other guys might have 2 left legs. Oh dear. Yes. It's gonna be deathcore all over again, isn't it? So we want same again because it's 2 of each. 35 and 37. I've forgotten which sprue it was now. 30. That's all heads and shoulders above the rest. That's all heads and shoulders again, so we can put that over there. 35 and 37. 35 and 37. Oops. Can't quite get the nippers in there to get this one off the sprue. 35, 37. I'm not seeing anything off the sprue that shouldn't be. 34 and 33. 34. You know, like if I cut one of the pieces off and it was the wrong bit. 4 and 33. I'll check the next 4 do's to make and just see if the parts are on the sprues, because if they are, then it means those are the right parts. And they should go together. And 36 and 38. 36. 38. Most querulous. So the next 4 do's we have 43 and 45 times 2. So there's 43 and 45. And on this one, 43 and 45. We've got 42 and 41 for the torso, which is there. 42, 41, yeah. There is some order to them. They're kind of lined up. 42 and 41. And then they've got 44 and 46 for the greaves, which is there. 44 and 46, okay. So those are right. So if those are correct, they are the right parts. Weird. I have to do some scraping and cutting and things, aren't I, to get them to fit. That's kind of annoying. Let's get these guys cleaned up. Swig of water. Soylent was a US alternative to Huel, which was UK made. I think they just called it Soylent in a kind of trying to be cool and hip way, because they obviously knew what Soylent Green was. I don't know, I want my nippers, my good nippers. Okay, and this one, this is really weird. There. Keen to get the other ones built now, just to see what I'm left with on the sprue. I mean, it could be that I've done one of these wrong, but these all went together perfectly. Those two are the same. Those two are the same. I'm really not sure Where it's gone wrong, I don't know. Fox RTFM. I am. This is the numbers and the letters. But I have literally used the right parts, as far as I can tell, on the correct persons. They just don't fit. Really just don't go together. Literally, a hole with a lump in the middle. A lump. They're not gonna. I'll have to scrape that off and get it to. I'll literally have to cut that lump off there, I think, which is no big job, I suppose. But yeah, no, I'm reading the instructions, dude. It's doing all the right parts as far as I can tell. I know I'm bad. I'm not that bad. Max McGinn's in. Evening all. Did I miss much? No, we've been just assembling Space Marines. I've messed a couple of them up, I think. So I've got to do some little bodge together work. But we're just assembling dudes. Slowly but slowly. We found out Muse has a macaw that we didn't know about. Hopefully pictures in the boom soon. Yes. Features are always the right idea. You miss Bench and Belly? You need to answer that. Snipped and snip. Oops. And, oh, I thought I gouged it then. Phew. Where are we? Stuff gets marketed here often like that. Totally crap food supplement / drink. So, yeah. I mean, 99% of the supplement industry is just garbage anyway, and irrelevant nonsense. We've had a vote in the Hangout. Yes, you are that bad. God damn it. You're not wrong, but god damn it. Yeah. Had a vote in the Hangout. You suck. Thanks. No, I know. You're not wrong. I'm more than happy to say it's probably something I've done wrong. I just can't see where I've gone wrong with it. I've done, as far as I can tell, I've done all the right bits. So I'm just confuzzled as to exactly how I can have the wrong legs with the wrong torso. I don't understand. Don't understand. Me. Candygram is in. Says greetings everyone. Hey Candygram, welcome my friend. Was there ever any doubt? Says Mayhem. Do you know? I'm not coming here again. All I get is abuse. It's just nightmare. Almost like, you know, it's not like I give out the abuse. Oh wait, yeah, I do exactly the same. Yeah, fair point, well made. That's the funny part. It says Festa 67's workshop. God damn it. I don't know. Where are we? I've just jet washed the drive, says Killer Chief. Cool. Now watch all the weeds pop up and you'll be like, oh. Now the big question is, when you jet wash the drive, assuming it's like flags or something that's got a flat surface, you know, like when you jet wash the drive, and when you first, if you've got like green moss or whatever, you know, like a green algae on the moss, and you put the jet wash over and it cleans it all away and you get the clean stone underneath. Did you do what is required of all men with a power washer, which is of course on a driver, which is of course the first thing you do is you just clean off an enormous gentleman's sausage and accompanying orbular objects. It's kind of the law, you have to do that. You're a big C&B right in the driver, and then of course you'd spray the rest of it and you clean it up and it goes away. If Paul was here, he'd tell you, but yeah. I hope you did that. In all things, you should always do an enormous gentleman's sausage. We have to abuse you, we love it. I like the way you put we love it, not you love it. We have to abuse you, you love it. No, we have to abuse you because we love it. Yeah, this is true. Mind you, it's only a fair play because we do exactly the same to you, so. It's quite funny. It's, you know, there's like me, Colin, Dad, and all the other guys, Chris and Paul and everybody. Especially in the moderator chat. All the guys who are mods and admins in the Boom Hut, we have our own little Facebook chat. I need to clear my throat, one sec. Excuse me. And the one thing you learn about us when you're in that group is that there'll never be any sympathy for anything. You know, you could come in and say, oh, I fell and I broke my hand, and you'd be like, everybody just take the mickey out of you. We feel the sympathy, we just don't express it. We express our love in mocking and abuse. It's kind of makes sense. It's kind of, you know, We're blokes. We're British. It's the way it works. Show someone you care by mocking them mercilessly in their time of need. Absolutely, we do love it, says Candygram. It was actually quite relaxing. I enjoyed it. You still didn't answer if you drew an enormous gentleman's sausage on your driveway there. You need to answer this. Muse asks if you can do his drive and deck next. It could be that errata image on the last page of the instructions. Yeah, I wish. It wouldn't be past Games Workshop to actually post an errata image on the same instructions that there are errors in. The way they could just read it, yeah. But, oh, excuse me. It's not just a guy thing, Foxy, says Muse. Oh, excellent. Good girl. This is absolutely correct. Yes, we like taking the mick out of Dad, says Panzer. We're saying hello to Phil. I did that at the restaurant I worked at. On a balcony. I'll start again. I did that at the restaurant I worked at. On the balcony in Clearview, 6 feet big, and the bloody jet washer clapped out. Oh, that would be the worst. I've just drawn this. Oh, it's broken. Oh, now we're stuck with it. Yeah. Yeah, that is the Murphy's Law, though, that you do that, and just at that moment, the worst possible thing that can happen happens. Your jet washer craps out, and you're like, oh, now I'm fired. You go and you're like, boss, I'm just going now. You can't finish. You've got hours yet. No, I'll just go now. It's easy, trust me. You're gonna fire me, so I'll just go. Boss is like, huh? You'll find out. Bye. Bit of panel lining again that does my head in. It's just like a real fine, soft little panel line, but it's hard to sculpt it back in without missing and making a mess of the actual armour around it. Quite tricky. I think that'll do though. Do the ribula bits. Oops. A bit there. We've got this bit here, haven't we? There we go. See if I can get all these other guys built, and then we'll reassess that guy. I'll have to have a look online later and just see if it does turn out they've got the right legs and everything. Then I'll have to look later and see if there's a known issue. Because it's not the first time that, you know, model instructions have been wrong. I'm not super familiar with it happening with Games Workshop, but I'm sure it's not the first time. For some reason, like the last, I don't know, couple of years, I've come across like more errors in instructions in the last couple of years than I have in my entire modelling career before. I don't know why. I really don't know why. It just seems to be a thing that happens now. Like little errors in that ICM. This guy's not. Oh, where's this? This guy's not got little blebs on the back of his leg. I wonder why. Yeah, there was the ICM thing where they had some of the instructions just drawn incorrectly and the numbers were wrong. There's, what else have I had? I think now. But it seems like lately, stuff with the Diag X-Wing, there were things in the instructions there over the last couple of years that have been wrong. There seems to be a thing lately that quite often a glitch in the instructions. It probably is just me screwing something up, but we'll find out in a bit anyway. We shall find out. Oh, ping. Because come on, I already get mocked for not being able to do Deathcore arms. But let's not push that on to be getting mocked for not being able to do legs either, because that would kind of suck. Torso is clean as. Don't worry about that. Jolly good. Right. Assemblage time. Alright, sorry, I've been quiet. I've been painting, and other than the skin tones on my guys, everything is colour blocked. Jolly good. Cool. We had to scrub it with yard brushes before service. I was knackered. Panzer says Gecko models have an errata sheet for the ATMP that itself needs an errata sheet, so it's not unheard of. Yeah, it's like the D'Agostini X-Wing. One step just had all the wrong shaped pipes in the photograph and all the wrong numbers and letters, and they had to put actually a piece of paper in, like, saying, when this happens in issue 16, this is the correction, because they did the same thing in issue 16, but they never actually corrected the one in the first one. Fox, I beg you, please sort the legs, mate. I have a cartridge that I borrowed from my old man. The disc attachment makes it a lot faster for driveways. Just got one of them works jet wash with the battery pack. It's pretty good. Yeah, yes, and you get less covered in crap. I was covered in extremely moist, says Killer Chief. Lee Stevenson, they installed 50 plus interactive screens on a serious client site. Had to provide them with instructions on how to clean the screens, as within a week or two of handover, all had CMB visible even when off. Yeah. Max says, might have been naughty and order some more Imperial Guard heavy armour tanks. Cool. Imperial Guard are great fun to build. They're so easy to build. I'm really looking forward to, although I didn't enjoy building them, I'm really looking forward to painting my Tempesta Scions. All that gold filigree on their outfit. Looking forward to that. I'm not looking forward to filming it, because that's going to be a nightmare. But painting them should be quite good fun. Mould line on the belt. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Just spotted that. I always forget that. Not that you can ever see it, because you cover it up with add-ons and things, but bits of equipment. There we go. Chat's still where it was. Yeah, nothing wrong with ordering more Imperial Guard. What did you get though? Did you get some Lehman Russes, or did you get... Because I can't think what the tanks are for Imperial Guard. You've got the Lehman Russ and variants of the Lehman Russ. Then things like the Chimera is a troop transport. You've got the Hydra, and it's the other one that's the Hydra as well, which is either, that's a mortar or an anti-aircraft gun. The Hydra or the Wyvern. I think the Hydra is the anti-aircraft gun, and the Wyvern is the mortar, and they're both the same thing, just different gun bit on the top. And there's, of course, there is of course the best of all of them, which is of course the Bane Blade. Bane. Right, so hole, peg, correct. Peg, hole, correct. You had to pause then for a minute. You were worried then, weren't you, when I paused? That one there. A lot of glue on his peg. Glue the gentleman's plague. Peg, even. Oh, I mispronounced it and now I've killed the joke. Never mind. Touch it on that. Oops, Daisy. Stick on, you swine. Now, when I finish this Space Wolves Combat Patrol set, I shall move on to my Death Guard Combat Patrol set that Mama Fox got me. Oops. She very kindly got me as a gift. And it might be a long one, that, because not only have I got the Death Guard Combat Patrol with the 100 million Poxwalkers in it, I've also got a load of Death Guard that Cy Reynolds sent me from one of their box sets. And I think that might be all the Death Guard and all the It might just be Poxwalkers, but it might be the Death Guard as well, I'm not sure. Because I think he just wanted the Space Marines. So, might be a long one, that one. Yeah, I used to do it was messy work. I used to do the wheelie bins, and that was pretty nasty, says Phil, about jet washes. God, yeah. The best part of guard kits is adding Gene Stealer Cult's head to them. Oh, yeah. The best bit about Tempesta Scion helmets is you can use them to make raiders, Borderlands raiders. Especially ones that look like Steve. Hey-oh. Steve the Bandit. What are they, bandits or I can't remember, bandits or raiders? I always get confused between Borderlands and Fallout and Skyrim. Bandits they are, because you get the bandit technical, don't you? That's right. Bandits. Little bit gluing. It was like a really weird pose till you actually get all the arms and head and stuff on. It kind of makes sense then. It was a weird pose, that one. Well, at least I've glued somebody to a base so far today. Thank frack. That's you. And this one's still be a bit wiggly with his legs, but we can get him stuck down. We can make the moves gently. Yeah. No, maybe not enough glue. No. Try more glue, Fox. More glue. There we go. It always looks like it's kind of falling over until you get the arms and stuff on, and then it kind of makes sense. I do think it's a shame though when you get these packs, or when you get any packs of like figures, you tend to get 2 of each pose or like multiples of each pose. I think it'd be much more fun if you got in a pack of 10, you got 10 individual poses. That'd be much better. It would be much better. Right, so that's them 2 done. Mark them off. So that's them 2. I'll put a big question mark next to these buggers here. These ones are done. So we've got 2 more to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That'll be 10. So yeah, I've got 2 more to do. La 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 la. Okay, yep, just checking some things. I just wondered for a minute if maybe I got the Reaver's legs by mistake, but no, that's a completely different set of screws. Different armour. So, right, so we've got 2 more to do. Let's get these 2 done. Look at chat. I used to work in a bindery and was taught how to dock set pages for printing. On one of my trading files, a cartoon lion may have accidentally become a well hung. Oh dear. Max says 2 chimeras for transports, 1 Lehman Russ, 2 hellhounds, yep, 4 armoured sentinels, and the heavy weapons team, 3 mortar guys, 3 las cannon, and 3 auto cannon. Cool. I've just got a whole mess of Imperial Guard minions, and I think 1 heavy weapons team or 2. I've not really planned it. I've just bought them and then gone, dudes! I've not really planned it. At some point, I'll have everything painted, and I'll realise I just need to go and buy a few more bits and bobs. Like, I've got a Hydra that I need to do. I've got a Valkyrie I need to do. I've got my Baneblade, but that'll be Death Guard. I've got the Chimera that Dad and some others very kindly gifted me that I mostly painted up. But I'm not going to be able to use that in my army because it's not the right colour scheme. And I've got my Taurox Prime that I did as well, that I did in a Xeon colour scheme, so I can't really use that. So, tempted by a cult army next. Love the motorbike squads. Oh yeah, the Matalan Fridge Raiders and stuff like that. Pop money out, it's joint again, and there is coffee all over the place now. Fox, when you fix them legs, can you send me the instructions so I can build myself a new one? Yeah. This image eventually made its way into a book that was on sale for 5 years in the US before someone noticed it and other changes I had made, like correcting the US spellings into English. Good lad. Good lad. Did you then get fired? Because, yeah, I can imagine that was quite hard. Right, so we need, what we need, 43 and 40, no, 43 and 45, 43 and 45. No, it shouldn't be too hard now, because I've only got 2 sets of legs and 2 sets. I just get them off the sprue, Fox. You know where they are. But I'm taking no risk. I'm not making any assumptions with these. 43 and 45. I shall do them all at once. I'll do 2 dudes at once. Look at this. I'm double teaming it. Wait, that doesn't sound right. 43, 45. 44 and 46, which is those 2. 4, 6. And I'm doing it off camera. Apologies. Easier to get stuff off the sprue without having to take account of knocking the camera. And 42 and 41, which is that one. And that one. Yes. Ping. That's one dude. What we got there? Hang on. 2 left legs. Don't want that. Da-da. Left and right. 2 greaves. 2 jimmies. A torso. There that's one guy. And here we have it as a guy. So the other one is, just to double check, 43 and 45 with the other sprue. 44 and 46. There we go. 4, 6. Taking no chances now. And 42 and 41. Yes. 2 and 41. Okie dokie. Right. Where's me? There it is. And of course we'll need 2 bases. Bases? We don't need no stinking bases, senor. Meh. 1 and 2. There we go. Cashier number 4, please. They laid me off before the book was published, so I didn't feel the need to inform them of the changes I had made. I fully enjoyed painting them Lee. My first Warhammer stuff was GSC, Digital Occults. Oh great, Fox's Mess, Festus Fluid, Sticky Mess, How Double Teaming. Now double teaming, there goes the PG-13 rating, yes. Paul Di Tommaso, I'll start again. Bigger water. Paul Di Tommaso is in and says, hello everyone. Hey Paul, how you doing my friend? Welcome, welcome. You have to wade through all the Fox's Mess and Festus Fluids, I'm afraid, but luckily no dad's doings. None of that. Well, not yet anyway. Yes, remember when I used to work at for a cable company. I used to work for well, by that point it had become NTL. Started off as 9X and eventually morphed its way into NTL through various other acquisitions. And they offered voluntary redundancy. I'd been there for about 7 years, and they offered voluntary redundancy. And I hated the place by that point. All my management team were utterly incompetent and morons. So I left, and on my day, I packed everything up, accidentally put a lot of stationery supplies into my box that I packed everything away into. Accidentally, lots of post-it notes and things that I'm still using to this day, like 21 years later. All that kind of stuff. And the last thing I did before I signed out my computer was send a really snotty email to basically everybody, just saying, you know, to all the people that I get on with and I'm friends with, thanks for a good time. To everybody else, your management are incompetent. I wasn't rude or, you know, sweary, but I basically said that in no uncertain terms, management couldn't find a map without their arse, find their arse without a map, and then just walked out and left. It was voluntary redundancy, so there's nothing they can do about it. And then about an hour later, I'm sat at home and I got a phone call from the manager saying, yeah, I'm not going to be able to send that email. And I'm like, I don't care. What have you called me for? I don't care anymore. I don't work there anymore. Just don't send it and don't bother me anymore. I was like, what was the point of calling me to tell me that? Do you want me to feel like I've done something wrong and I'm going to get told off? No. No longer your employee. I don't care. And it was like, I can't send it out, Fox. I'm like, and I care because? Well, I just thought I'd let you know. I'm like, I don't care. I don't work there anymore. Bye. Send me my money and go away. I was like, what a pointless thing to do. Not that there are going to be any consequences. All just us to do is unsend it. Yeah, do you know? He was a chinless wonder anyway, the manager, so probably was like, oh, I can't send that. Well, don't care. Talk to someone who still works for the company. Very strange. Very strange. To that one there. And work my way through these quickly. What we're on 4:30. About an hour and a half yet. Get these two done. Scrapey, scrapey. Oh, am I even on camera? No, I'm not even on. God damn it, where's my dot? There's my dot. God damn it, Fox, you are such a spoon. I'm over here like working away and none of you are telling me. I don't know. Can't get the staff. What do I pay you guys for? There's all my tools over there, so they're out of the way. My tools. I've come to clean your washing, to fix your washing machine. Let me show you my big tool. Welcome to 1980s porn. Bad porn at that. Yeah, moving on. Move these sprues out of the way because they're on top of all my bits. I've got sprues on my bits. It's not good. Okay, bit. A little bit of sandy for these, really, just to get rid of those nubbage. Nubbages. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that Dodge Charger, though. Oh, yeah. Like I said, I have no knowledge of the movies, no interest in the movies, don't care about the movies. They're not my kind of movies anyway. But I do like me a nice muscle car. Like I said, not that I know anything about cars. I wouldn't know a track rod end from a wing mirror, basically. So you won't see me there in the videos I'm putting together. So now we're going to insert the track rod end into the lower flange widget using the knocking cap with the 3.2 ply spam dangler. I won't be doing that. I'll be like, now I'm going to put this bit in that bit and then tighten up with a screw and then yeah, there you go. Done. Looks like a wheel. Hey. I wonder why some of these guys have got things on the back of legs and some don't. I'm not quite sure why that's the case. These two don't. These two do. Those two do. Do those two? How about those two do. Why have they got widgets on the back of the leg apart from these four guys? Most unusual. Most unusual. And I'm just checking now. Instructions. And although it's hard to see, it does suggest in the instructions for the two guys that have gone together wrongly, you can just about make out little nubulons on the back of the legs. But there aren't any. There aren't any. They're just not there. Oh no, they are. Okay, no, that's right. Then ignore that. Oh, hang on. They do have nubs, don't they? Yes. Yeah, they do have nubs. So they are the right legs. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't understand. If your track rod end is where your wing mirror is, then you have seriously broken your car, says Panzer. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know a track rod end from I do know what a track rod end is, but I'm just going to make the point. Widge, says Mayhem. They are all managers. I will eventually expand my Tempesta sounds. My plans to have 15 plasma, 11 hotshot volleys, 10 melter, 4 hotshot las, with 2 Valkyries and 6 Taurox primes. That's an idea. That's a good idea. I don't know if I can have that. I've got quite a lot, but I don't know if I can make any more. The arms do me head in. For our US cousins, if you ever see a copy of the Washington Post Cleveland Browns book, there are 40 altered adverts. I best get on with some real world chores. Have fun all. See you later, says Philly. Thanks for coming in, buddy. Oh my god, not again, Quano Man. That's what you said before you went quiet on us all, says Fester. Oh, what's he done? It needs a fox rate. Triple it, okay. I used to like the bad customers who used to say, can I speak with your manager? I used to think, why he knows less than me? Yeah, exactly. Killer Chief says, they are managers. My incompetent managers. Like, yeah, well, the managers, what do you expect? How many here have watched the Umbrella Academy series on Netflix? Asks Paul Di Tommaso. I have not. I don't even know what it is. Is it something to do with Resident Evil or something? I don't know. Bad customers is why I work as an overnight baker, says Nim. I don't have to deal with any of them. Yes. They get promoted because smart people avoid the stressful responsibilities that a manager can have. Absolutely. Number of times I've had a job where I've been like a little data entry. Started off as a little data entry minion. And been blissfully happy just coming in, doing data entry all day and talking to my friends, on the desk, having a laugh. And then you get moved up the ladder a bit and you start doing, and it's like, and you just hate the job at that point. You go from loving your job because it's no brainer to like, I'm now a project manager and I've got to do what? No. I had to do project managing when I was at that cable company because I was there for 7 years. Got to the point where they were setting up a new call centre in Glasgow. And for some reason, I was chosen to be the project manager of that with no experience about anything to do like that at all. No experience of project managing or anything. And I hated every minute of it because I was having to tell people what to do and, tell them off when it went wrong and chase people up to get stuff done. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. I'm a manager. I don't want to become a manager. I'm not a moron for a start. I was having to chase up IT guys to get things done without having any understanding of the IT they were doing because I wasn't an IT guy. And also, they were all like, 20 years my senior, and I'm like, I'm some scratchy post-teenage shaver of a lad. Why am I, giving some middle-aged IT expert a good old Jack Meadows bollocking when it's I don't know what he's doing. He could be doing it right for all I know. I don't know. I didn't like that. Yeah, it didn't get much better after that, so yes. When I was offered voluntary redundancy, I'm like, yeah, 7 years worth of redundancy payment. I'll have that. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Went straight out and bought an original Xbox, like because it was when the Xbox came out. First thing I did, went into town, bought myself an Xbox and a copy of Halo. Done. Yeah. I lived off that redundancy for 6 months. It was pizza every day. Pizza and beer, all. I didn't. I could have saved it, but I thought, no, I might not get the chance again. I'm just going to have the good life for 6 months. And I did. I loved every minute of it. And I have no regrets. I still don't know why the manager called me, though, to tell me he couldn't send the email. I'm like, I don't care. I'm at home. I've got a pizza. I've already had 2 cans of beer. I don't really give a crap. What are you going to do? Fire me? Right, that's that one. Almost done. On camera this time? Just about. Just about. Okay. I don't know why some of them don't have these bits on the back. If anybody knows their Warhammer 40k lore with the Primaris, why do some not have the bits on the back of the leg? And some do. It's clearly a piece of something that does something of relevance somewhere. Where's that file gone? There. Right, let's get this little. I'll glue him together because then he can be curing while the other one gets cleaned up. Before I glue him to base. Oh, hang on, belt. Always belt. Always forget that bit. A little mould line right down the middle of the belt. It's very easily removed with the tool, but there. My tool has fixed everything. Now I shall fix your washing machine. Oh no, all your clothes have fallen off. I don't know why I'm doing it in an Arnie voice. I think it's because when I was a kid and when I was like a teenager in the 80s, most dodgy porn was like, you know, of European origin, let's say. Yes. And it was always like on Shonky VCR, it was a copy of a copy of a copy. Remember there was one kid who turned up one day and he had this, he said, I've got a tape of porn, it's real porn, we're brilliant, let's watch it. Oh, it's Betamax. You're a tool. Nobody had a Betamax video. He was like the one kid whose parents bought a Betamax video player and that was what they had for the next 10 years. Turns up with this video put on, it's like, you're an idiot. You really are an idiot. Go away. You're not allowed back in the clubhouse now. Yeah. There's always one kid that had that didn't have VHS, and it's like, oh, one step away from bringing it on Laserdisc, you idiot. Right, so these legs go together. Oh, go together. See, these have got nubs and holes where there should be nubs and holes. Nubs and holes and nubs and holes, nubs and holes. Boots and socks on boots and socks on boots and socks. Okay, a bit of glue on there. Easier to put the big dot of fat glue on the nub rather than the actual recess. It's easier that way and less messy latey. Less messularity. Oh, I have an update, by the way. Normally, after I finish my stream, of course, Colin and Dad do their in-between shows show. However, Chris over at Gross Models, it was his night tonight to do WARHAMMER Sunday, but he's not going to be doing one tonight. So I don't know if anyone's taken his place, if maybe Ted's doing one, or if Colin or Dad are going long or anything like that. I don't know. But yeah, Chris isn't doing a stream tonight. I was debating whether I might do something, but I'm just too tired. I've been working all, filming all week and stuff, and I'm just too tired. Too sleepy tired now. And the next one. Me. Let us clean these pots. Let's have a quick look at the chat first and a swig of water. I discovered managers in the private sector are really bad. My whole place was terrible from promoting the wrong people. That's the managers anywhere, to be honest. A good manager relies and respects their team, says Killer Chief. Except that's something that doesn't exist. There's no such thing as a good manager because they're all incompetent. Not in like corporate, stuff. It's just, I've never come across a good manager. Even people I know personally who are managers, not to me, but even they're just idiots. Don't know. It has taken me on average about a year to find a new job. My record is 2.5 years searching for a new one. I was very lucky to find work after only about 9 months frantically searching last year. I'm glad you got something though. I rather enjoy watching things go to hell, says Muse. You want to watch the world burn. If it doesn't change my job one bit. Sit back and watch the fireworks and laugh in their face. Everyone here is hiring right now, Candy, says Muse. Lee says, the old saying was never promote a good engineer as you lose a good engineer and gain a terrible manager. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Wherever I've worked, it's always been nepotism. It's always been like either nepotism, because somebody knows somebody else, or they always hire from outside. It's like, oh, every job I've worked in, they'd be like, you've got a new manager coming in. Brilliant. Is it one of us who knows what the job is? No, it's some chud from some other company that's got no experience of whatever it is we do. Oh, brilliant. They'll want to bring their new style of management to the fore then, won't they? Yeah, and then we'll just laugh at them and give them no leeway whatsoever. Always the way. Always somebody who had no knowledge or experience of the actual thing that we were doing. And it'd be like, great, we're being managed by a guy who knows less about anything than we do. We have to teach him how to do the job, and then... Yeah. Yeah, I've never had a good manager. Well, I said, to be fair, the only exceptions are on the rare occasions when it was somebody who was, got promoted up from the ranks that we knew. One or two, I suppose, might have been all right because they were normal people, or people that just come in as managers. Ooh, no. I used to know someone who excuse me, who was a manager, who was manager type, and actually enjoyed it, and that was their career goal, was to go into management. And I've got to tell you, they were such a chud. I couldn't really stand them, to be really honest. There was somehow in my circle of friends, and I'm like, God, I really can't stand you, because their entire life was picking things up off the floor they just dropped. Their entire life was like their job, but their job was just a crappy call center type job. It wasn't of anything of importance. So, and they were just like, yeah, manage war. And I was like, oh God, you're so shallow. And I felt sorry for anyone who was under that person, because there's just no personality there and no redeeming features. I kind of managed to gently fade them out from my little social circle after a while, because they just kind of appeared, and yeah, we stopped hanging around with them after a while. All they'd ever talk about is like their job and their work. It's like, you work in a call centre for whatever it was. It's like, it's not of any interest to anybody. Really, it's not. Like, the company sells paper clips or whatever it was. Nobody cares. You're also not very interesting, and you've got no redeeming personality traits. Also, you're kind of arrogant, and you don't know everything, and go away. But he was one of those people that his entire goal was, what's your dream job? I want to go into management. Why? I can tell people what to do. Ah, okay. There you go. There's the rub. Yes. Managers. Pfft. Can't live with him. Can't dump him in the Thames. Not legally, anyway. That's the wrong file. No, that's a nub. Okay. Nub be gone. With you in a moment. I'll have a look at chat in a second. Clean the belt now while I remember. I like to use this end of the scrapey tool for the mould line in the belt, because it keeps that little concavity that's in the middle of the belt, because it's like that shape. It maintains that little concave shape to it. Rather than just doing that, using the tip of it means you can maintain that little concave crimp in the belt, which is nice. You crimped my belt, which was nice. Same here. I just train bakers to work at my store. While I train them the right way, I also train them the smart way, which is a completely different thing. Yes. Two. Uh-oh. He says, uh-oh. That normally is a bad thing. Hang on. Kids just found a £1 coin here in the bedroom. No idea where it came from or how it got here, says Paul Di Tommaso. That's weird. Because you're in, like, Canada. How strange. Better just send it to me for scientific analysis and spending. I spent a year working for Asda. They told me, we will teach you to work the Asda way. My reply was, I will teach you the Marines way of working. Yeah. Now give me 10 and shut up. I just listen to podcasts or audiobook while I'm baking bread. It's how I got through the whole of the Silmarillion, the Hobbit, and the Lord of the Rings. Yeah. After all this intense building this weekend, no wonder you're tired, says Colin. I've not done that much. I did all the X-Wing stuff, but that's not that lot of work. I don't know, I'm just really tired this week. This weekend. I was already really quite knackered. We did the Friday show, and I'm kind of still getting back up to my feet off that. Maybe I just got a bit of a cold or something, I don't know. Been kind of tired all week. But I've not done that much building. Although building one figure for me is quite intense. I do agree. Have a lie down, Fox. You've earned it, mate. I've never earned it. I've done nothing. I've done a lot of editing. I suppose I've done more editing than normal. But that's what I'm here for. It's my job. Ironically, in the story I've been trying to write for years, I made my God of War and forging like Fëanor. I don't know anything about Lord of the Rings, so I'll stop reading that out before I embarrass myself. I don't know anything about. I have to say, I have actually now watched the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy. I think, I don't know, it was whatever was on Amazon free. I've watched all them. Didn't pay any money for them because no. They were all right. They were all right. I thought the one with what was it the first one? The Fellowship of the Ring. Was that the first one? I don't know, you see. The first one where every single visual effect looked terrible. I don't mean like low quality. I just mean all the sets looked like sets. Like they're in a bit of a ruined stone like buildings, like all bits of stone, and it's like they're just big pieces of foam, and they look like big pieces of foam. And I think it's that first one where he did it like 60 frames a second or something, or 400 frames a second, and it just everything looked wrong. Like a set. The set dressers they build an ancient ruined building, and they make it out of wood and foam, and they paint it, and then they film it, and they light it in such a way it looks like stone and stuff. But every single like set on that film looked like just something about it. It just looked like actors on a set rather than characters in a setting. You know what I mean? It's in the lighting and everything else that you can make sets look realistic, but this just looked terrible. It really looked like amateur hour at the green screen club. It was awful. And I went online to read about it, and apparently that was a lot of the feedback was, yeah, that it just looks like men on sets. But it was a good film. I enjoyed him. But I'm not really into like the Lord of the Rings and stuff. Not really my bag. I don't think I watched all of them because I watched, I don't know, The Fellowship of the Ring, where I didn't say Guthorm then. Sorry, Guthorm. Gandalf first approaches the dude with, I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. They were all right. I did, of course, see Stephen Colbert's little cameo. Because, of course, I saw Stephen Colbert's little cameo. I'm a big enough nerd to know that Stephen Colbert was in one of them. Very briefly. I saw his cameo. I know these things. They were all right. They were not bad. And they were fighting Smaug, and it was like, just get ebony arrows and use frost breath. Just, dude, seriously. Frost breath shout and a whole mess of ebony arrows, or Daedric arrows, it'll be sweet, no problem. Bang, 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 there you go. Also have a health spell ready. But it's not really, that kind of fantasy stuff is not really my bag. They were all right, but they're not really in my wheelhouse of things I enjoy. But I thought, well, I love Skyrim to bits, so I'll give it a try. I've never really been into that before, so they weren't that bad. They were enjoyable enough. But dear Lord, the visual effects in that first one, I think it was the first one, oh God, I was like, I can't watch this. It just looks wrong. It just looks like, it's like old school original series Star Trek set level of weirdness. Everything just looked like fake. They're in like a thing, and it's like, well, there's a load of wooden stone pillars covered in bits of moss that they've just pulled off from somewhere and hung on a bit of string. I don't know. It was really weird. It must have been like the frame rate or something that just made it look artificial. Here we are on a mountainside, or as we prefer to say, lots of foam. Something wrong. It just didn't look right. Nothing had any visual weight to it. It's really weird. Hard to explain. I'm sure some people wouldn't see it, but for me, I couldn't. It distracted me completely from the whole damn film. I like the humour in them, though. That was quite good. The bit where Gandalf's trying to convince Bilbo or whatever and he's in his house and all the people turn up and he's like, what's going on? Who are you people? Why are you all in my house? What? They're all eating his food. That was quite funny. Where are we? Nepotism was rife in that Publishers. It wasn't what you knew, it was who you rated you were sleeping with. Our company has never hired from outside until about 2 years ago, and only at my store no less, says Koning and Muse. So true, Fox. I've forgotten what I've said by now. Problem I found is that managing is a skill in itself, so just because you are so good at your job doesn't mean you will be a good manager. This is true. I don't envy anyone trying to figure out whether to hire from within or without for a manager, because either way is a bad idea. Everything jumped. Muse says her story is a poster child for failure. It's where bad ideas go to die. Right now, £1 is worth 1.72 Canadian dollars. Cool. I read Tolkien's Silmarillion a couple of years ago. It took me a little while to really get into it, but it was so worth it. So memorable. Trying to read the chat. For some reason, the chat's really hard for me to read today. Rage Modeler says, I'm in desperate need of a confidence boost before I say no to doing this show. Dude, do the show. Everybody gets nervous before doing something. I'm assuming you mean that gig thing that you're doing. Or you're doing live stream, I'm not sure. I might have missed a comment somewhere. But whatever it is, doesn't really matter. What matters is the confidence thing, and that's everybody gets the jitters before doing anything. Especially for the first time. But I don't get the jitters before doing live stream anymore, because now it's just routine. I just turn it on and yatter for 3 hours. But I did an interview with John Bias about a month or two ago that he's put up on his channel now, and I was nervous before that because I've not done many interviews. And John's someone I know, so I was nervous as hell before that. Colin will tell you he gets nervous before every live stream. Even now he gets nervous. Nothing wrong with being nervous. Nothing at all. It's just because it's new or unfamiliar, or it's a new experience. It's normal. Once you actually do something for the first time, you get a little less nervous. It's kind of common sense stuff. You know how it works. It's normal. Not doing anything. Anything you'd be nervous. But in reality, of course, unless it's like juggling chainsaws or high-speed small child transport in crushable vehicles, and it's the first time you're going to try that out, or something like with a massive consequence. For most things, there's no real consequences. If it does go wrong, it goes wrong and nobody gets hurt. So try and think in that way. It won't go wrong, but try and couch it in a way that you're thinking to yourself, well, if anything goes wrong, it's not like I'm going to lose the loss of my limbs, or somebody's going to go blind, or children will catch on fire or something. Bad's going to go wrong. So you'll be fine. You'll be absolutely fine. I learned a lesson very young in life, which was I always used to get stressed out about stuff all the time. Especially things like, I've done something at school, I've got to go and see the headmaster, and I'm going to get my ass kicked by the headmaster. It was the 70s, quite literally. Get told off for doing something. And I suddenly realised one day, I'm like, you know what? I'm stood out here outside the headmaster's office. My heart was beating. I'm palpitating, whatever. I'm wringing my hands. I'm stressed out. I'm sweating. I'm nervous. And I suddenly thought, there's nothing I can do to change whatever's going to happen. There's absolutely nothing I can do at all to change whatever the outcome of this situation is going to be. No matter what I do, I have no influence over this at all. So there is no point me getting so stressed out about what's going to happen here. What if? It doesn't matter what I think might happen. What's going to happen is going to happen. I can't change that. All I can do is do my best to sort of see what happens and roll with it. And for some reason at that point, just that little simple thought changed something in me, and I became a lot less timid and stressful. Because I realised, if I can do something about the situation I'm in, then I can get stressed about it, and I can worry about it, and I can start thinking of ways I can change the situation. Because your natural stress response, when you're stressed out by something like that because you're worried or nervous, The whole point of that response is to get you ready to make changes to get that situation out of your face. You know, it's designed to be like, if you're in a life-threatening situation in nature, then your instinct is to try and change that situation to no longer be in danger. So what can I do? What me roads out of here? What are my options? What can I do? How about this? How about that? It's part of that fight or flight response. But if there's nothing you can do, you kind of just have to think to yourself, well, there's nothing I can do about it. It's either going to be great or it's going to be not great. I don't know. We'll just have to see. Now I'm going to go and play on Xbox for a bit and I don't care. I'll just not think about it. And after a while, that became second nature, to the point where I didn't get stressed out by things. If I wasn't sure if I could make a difference, if it was something I thought I could maybe mitigate or get out of or change, then I'd be stressed about it, because I'd be trying to think, how can I make the change here? How can I mitigate this circumstance? But if it's something I knew right from the outset, well, there's nothing I can do about it. Like, you know, you stay at someone's house, you accidentally kill the cat, you can't get out of it. There's nothing you can do. You're just going to have to turn and say, listen, guys, sorry, I'm really sorry, but I may have accidentally, like, you know, run over the cat with a house or something, I don't know. I may have accidentally, whatever you've done. And you can't change the outcome. The outcome will be what the outcome will be. There's no point trying to think, how can I get out of this? How can I make it look like somebody else did it? Just take the knock. But there's no point spending like sleepless nights stressing about it, because your sleepless nights stressing about it won't make any difference to the way it comes out. If anything, it'll just put you on alert for when the event actually happens. If you try and think to yourself, well, there's nothing I can do to change it. It's going to happen. I don't know what's going to be the outcome. Let's just do something else and not worry about it. Worry about it when you're there doing it, but... And then the advantage of that is, in most cases, things turn out okay anyway. And you also won't be so stressed out by the potentials of an event that it has an influence on the event itself. The way I see it. Took me a long time to get used to doing that, but I got there in the end. To the point where if I know there's nothing I can do in a situation, I'll approach it calmly and just accept whatever happens. And that way, I'm not then so stressed out that I actually begin to influence the outcome of it. Like if I ask you to juggle chainsaws and you get really stressed out about it, and you're like, what if this and what if that? You're going to be stressed out and do poorly, and that leads to, you know, things being removed. Consequences. But if I ask you to juggle chainsaws and you're chill with it, and you're like, okay, cool, I'll just worry about that when it happens, then you're less likely to be stressed out and drop a chainsaw on your face. I'm kind of waffling now, it doesn't really make any sense, but I'm really tired, so you know what I mean. Easy said than done, but it's something that I figured out when I was very young, and I worked on for a while and got there in the end. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 10 dudes. So we built the last 2. So that means those legs for those dudes are the correct legs for those dudes. Somehow. I don't know how. So we're going to have to do some twiddlage. Quick look at chat then before we go. Sounds like you're watching The Hobbit, which has been high frame rate. I hated it and thought it looked like someone accidentally released the video assistant, not the film. Yeah, that's exactly what it was, I think. The actual Lord of the Rings stuff was much better. Yeah, it was everything looked fake. A friend of mine's big screen television was configured so poorly that every movie he played on it looked like a high school theatre production in terms of visuals. Yeah. You will do the show, says everyone to Raging Modeler. Do it, says Bobbins. I may have missed the conversation there. What are we actually talking about? Is this doing a live show, or is it doing is this the show thing that you've been talking about recently, the actual doing the thing? Oh yeah, talking about like it's next day. But okay, yeah, you'll be fine. By the time it comes around, you'll have been more than happy with it. Ross Medlock's in. Hi Fox and all. Welcome Ross. How you doing, my friend? Time for me to get moving later on, says Muse. Take care, Muse. Thanks for coming in. Give a scritch to the macaw for us. Panzerkönig. It didn't kill the car. It leapt into the path of the shark-mouthed car. Do you remember to... Excuse me. Do you remember to like the video? Says Eon's car. Thank you very much. Thanks, everyone. There's just a lot of practice and rhythms to learn. But the thing is, you've got like a year, so, or April. When is it? You've got a while. You'll be fine. Don't worry about it. So it's not like the consequence of anything going wrong is that you're going to suddenly become blind or paralysed or dead or anything. So there's no real true consequences. You'll be fine. Right, so these munchkins here that make no sense. So we have a leg with a tab, and we have the place the leg goes with this big blob of plastic in it that fills the tab. It's like a whole blob of plastic there that just totally fills that recess. That makes no sense at all. So anything I can think to do is remove that. The easiest thing is to remove that tab and see if that will work. If not, we have 2 less Space Marines. But let's just see if we can get that tab off easily. Try it with the nippers first. Maybe use the knife, to be honest. Just try gently shaving it away. We're lucky, it'll still fit snug. It's just without that tab there, then the blob of plastic in the recess won't be a problem. I don't know why they've got that in there. It just looks like that shouldn't be there. I'm just going to shave it gently. I'm doing this on the wrong... Where's my mat? Where's my squishy mat? There we go. Hang on a minute. Squishy mat. This thing removed. Very strange. That'd be a hell of a moulding problem if that was right. I can't believe, if this is the case, that nobody else has mentioned this or come up with it. So, that now fits not properly, but better. It still sticks out a bit, but it's difficult getting a knife in there to carve it out. Might get away with it. Would have got away with it too if it wasn't for those darn kids. What I'd need to do is I will need to glue them to the base and then attach the other leg so it's actually, because if I glue it on like this with no frame of reference like the tab and hole, then I might have it at the wrong angle and that's not going to end well at all. I need to keep working on this to get rid of that nub area. There we go. So that now sits much better. Not perfect, especially not with that big flap of plastic floating around. Get off. That sits better. So if I try, let's just give this an experimental try. Do or do not. There is no try. So if I glue him to the base and glue this bit to that bit, what I can do is, if I do my best to do this now, touch a glue there, get the leg on, and then cunningly get him on the base. This is just to make sure the feet actually fall flat to the ground, because I've got some play in that leg now. Do it how I see fit. That then fits. That really is, I think, a moulding issue. I really honestly think that's a moulding issue. That bleb inside, because it's the only torso that has that bleb on the inside, where the legs go. None of the torsos have that. They'll have like little square sockets or pegs. I really think there's something gone wrong there with the mould. Very strange. Very unusual. It's not a perfect fit. There is a bit of a gap there, so we need to push that in a little bit. So I've not got it down perfectly, but it's close enough. It'll fool the eye. And I can cover it with... Hang on, I know I'm doing this off camera, but apologies. I can cover it with accessories and stuff. There's a bit of a gap there at the crotch level, but I can cover that with something. Or actually better to cover his butt, maybe, I don't know. There we go. Now I'm doing it off camera, but just let me... I'm squishing his leg in a bit so it fits. It's still flat on the floor. There we go, that's better. There's no gap now. And what little tiny gap there is, that'll be covered up by his holster or the little dangly things. There you go, that's on. I'll make sure it's glued down. How very strange. If it doesn't work, he can be promoted to a dreadnought. Yeah, well, there is that. Ian's car doing well. Just fill the stomach with a chicken and a bacon barbecue pizza. Good lad. Actually, a bonus is I'll be in the pit. No one other than the band can see me. Yeah. And the thing is, when you're actually there and playing the music, that's all you'll be thinking about anyway. Don't forget, you got those rehearsals anyway, so I wouldn't worry about it. Good way of doing it, says Killer Chief. Thank you. Right, let's do the other one. We've got the same situation with this one. Yeah, it's this whole... That whole blob you can see there, I hope. I don't know if you can see it. That whole blob of plastic in there. I get the impression that's supposed... Because that should be a square recess into which that tab goes. But it just can't. There's a whole blob of plastic. That's very... I don't know why that's there. Anyway, let's see. Is it gonna be... I need to carve this down a bit. Just a tiny amount. We'll do that bit first. Carefully. I'm not going to be able to carve the whole blob out, but if I can carve it flat a little bit. I didn't do this on the other one, so carve that bit flat a little bit so it's flush. Oh, I'm a bit flush. Very strange. I've never come across that before. It might be a one-off, I don't know. And then we'll do the same again. We'll trim this nub. I'm loath to do it with my god hands, but my other ones won't be delicate enough. There we go, get rid of that. I've done it again, I've put my mat over there when I needed to catch all the bits. Try. And I've got to do all the clean up on this guy yet anyway, but let's just see if we can get it to fit before we do anything too industrious. That needs to go, it's hard to get hold of the leg. Scrapey, scrapey. Carving gently. Does help that I've also put a new blade on my knife a couple of days ago, so also makes life a little easier. Okay. A bit more. I'm trying to do it in such a way that my blade stays flat to the surface, but it's not supposed to be completely flat. It's supposed to have a shape to it, but I need the shape to fit in the hole. That's not quite there yet. Little bit of jiggle jiggle. Fettling. Colin should be impressed now because I'm doing all the like fettling and stuff that he does. Just like Colin will go in and do this with like a pair of pliers and a spoon and he'll be, there you go, and it'd look perfect at the end. I'm no good at this kind of stuff. Whereas Colin will just happily dive into a model with a saw and be like, there you go, done. I'm like, what? How do you even do that? Right, that's there. That looks pretty good. Again, it's not going to be 100% flush because I can't get in there to get that bulb of plastic out. Really weird, really annoying. Well, having said that, I do have a new tool that I could use. I could try. It's not broken toed brushes, it's actually some chisels. There it is. I got some chisels for when I do the resin Forge World tank goodness. And they are the trumpeter ones. This might just work. Let's give it a try. It's actually one, I ordered one that was bigger than this, but didn't have it in stock, so I got this slightly smaller. Oh, look at that. I can get this in there. Oh, yes. Yes. Outstanding, Marine. Look at that. This is why I've always needed a chisel and never known it. Because you can't get a knife blade in there, but this chisel, look at that. I hope you can see that. Means I can scrape that away. It's in a recess, but I can get the chisel in the recess exactly the right size. Oh, Colin, you should be proud of me, man. I've just done a chisel thing for the first time ever. So that should now... Oh, yes. Oh, moist. Oh, your beauty. Oh, that is the best thing I've ever done. I wish I'd done it on that one now. Oh, damn it. I totally forgot. It's like I only took delivery of it. I ordered it about 8 months ago from E-Models, and they were out of stock of the one I ordered, so I've been waiting for them to get the new one, and they haven't, so I've just said send me a different one instead. The Master Tools Trumpeter one. And I just totally forgot about it. And it's exactly the tool that I needed right then. And I should have just used it on the other one. Never mind. Oh, I'm really proud of that. Let's get this cleaned up and we'll get him assembled. There you go. Are you proud of me, Cole? Are you proud of me? Where are we up to? George says, greetings all. Hey, George. Hello, my friend. Welcome, welcome. Timothy Kalarko's in. Sorry, I'm super late. Better late than never. I know what's wrong, Fox. One of our managers now works for Games Workshop, hence the round pin in the square hole. There you go. Been doing spraying today outside, and now it's friggin' snowing. Stupid weather, says Sarah Jane. I know. We had a little bit of snow the other morning, and then it became happy sunny weather. It's really weird. Bobbins9000 says, my first chisel, please like and subscribe. That's the first time I've ever used a chisel ever on models. You're welcome to it. I moved 2,400 miles across country to get away from snow, says Timothy. Yeah, welcome to global climate change. You may find snow coming back. Is Fox doing a kit bash? No. Two of the guys in this Space Wolves Combat Patrol have, as far as I can tell, mismouldings. There's a lump where there should be a hole, so I've had to do a bit of... I thought it was me, but I can't see how it's me that screwed it up, so... It probably still could be. So, yes. I've just had to figure out a way to get them to go together that works. Basically, where there was a hole, where there should have been a hole, there was actually a lump. It stopped the thing going into it that meant to go into it. But we got there. You guys are with me every step of the way through this process as we manage this crisis. To quote 343 Guilty Spark. I'm a genius. Glad I was able to fix that. There we go. So we'll get these bits cleaned up a little bit more. Get this guy done. That'll be 10 of them. Then we've just got 5 Reavers to do, I think, after that. And that's all the Space Wolves done then, I think. And we can move on to Death Guard. They'll go into these, once these are built, they'll go into the box of things to be painted, which is full of many things. There's actually 2 boxes of things to be painted, plus all the other boxes that aren't those 2 boxes. And then we can do, I think we'll move on to the Death Guard Combat Patrol. Oops. I like Death Guard. And by the time we've done that, I'll actually have quite a sizable Death Guard force then, because of all the Conquest dudes, and these dudes, and all the other ones that Simon gave me. I'll have quite a good Death Guard force by then. Of course, it'll take me like forever to paint them, because it's Death Guard. They're kind of intricate paint jobs. All the fleshy bits. Oops. I'm going to get the blade on here to scrape that nub off without actually including the tip of my finger in the process is quite tricky. And these shoulder areas. Mind you, I say this, I've got all the arms and heads and other bits to glue on these guys yet, so they're not quite finished. They've still got quite a lot of work to do on these. But they're getting there. They're getting there slowly. Seam line removed, mould line even. I'll have another look at chat in a moment. I'm starving. As always, I'm starving Marvin right now. things on the back of the legs again, which are always an impediment to the cleanup. Funny though, when you do this kind of thing where you're doing lots of figures, you'll see me do it on streams where the first couple I do I'll be a bit slow, but as I get towards the end of the stream I'll be doing them faster. And it's the same when you're just doing it for yourself. If you've got like a whole batch of dudes you've got to make, the first couple you're finding your feet, even if you made them before, and then after a little while you just home free, then you just get on with it. Before you know it, you've got a whole bunch of dudes. Or dudettes. You could be doing Sisters of Battle. Entirely possible you could be doing Sisters of the Battles. Bit there. I'll get the scrapey tool in there, so we'll use the knife blade reluctantly. Oh, put my scribing tool away. There you go. Scribulations. The tubes, or the ribbed parts. I have to work on this gentleman's ribbed parts with a special tool. Let me show you my special tool. Very large. 1980s porn again, aren't we? Sorry. For some reason, yeah, when I was a young lad and somebody always finds some porn somewhere on a video or something, it was always European. Why was it always European? It was never English or British. It was always like Polish or Czech or German or something. I don't know why. I don't know why. Was there just like no British porn industry in those days? And where did these kids get all this stuff from? In the days before the internet, was it just like they found it in their dad's stash of things? And I don't know. I have no idea where this stuff came from. But it was always like ropey Polish or, back in them days, Czech or German. And the other thing, a lot of it was in English, but also it was ropey foreign porn. It was very strange. Like, why are they filming this porn in German, in English, when they're all clearly, like, you know, Polish or German or something? Never quite figured that out. I don't know. I don't know how we got into these conversations. But you guys who grew up with the internet, you've got no idea what it was like back in the days before the internet. You'll never know the joy of forest porn or woodland porn, which is where you go out into the woods, you're playing in the woods as a kid with your mates. There's always like woodland nearby, you're climbing trees and falling out and digging holes and stuff, and somebody comes across a little stash of like a porn magazine hidden under a bush or something. There's always one somewhere. It's kind of colloquially known as forest porn. It's like porn you find out in the woods. Because, you know, the teenage kids have been out there with the porn of an evening. You come along 5 or 6, 7, 7 or 8 years old. Oh, what's this? Oh, matron. Ah, those are the days. Halcyon days, pre-internet days when you were a kid and everything was brilliant. That was the thing, like when I was a kid, just like finding a stick, just being out in the woods or on a field or something playing, and you just find a stick that looks like mint, and you'd be like, that's my stick now. This is my hitting stick or my swishing stick, or whatever it is, you know. You'd be climbing the trees, but you take the stick with you and be like you carry it around like a weapon, and you take great pleasure in this thing. And you wouldn't do that nowadays, of course, kids, because they wouldn't find those simple pleasures anymore. Even if they do go out and play out in the woods or on the fields and things, climbing trees and stuff, they wouldn't find a stick and you'd have it with you all day while you're playing out with your mates on the fields, whatever. And then you go back home in the evening, you take it home, and it'd end up in your back garden, and then it'd get forgotten. But I can't remember the number of times I come home with a stick of some sort. You'd all have like inevitably have like a lightsaber duel, two of you with your sticks. Oh, those are the days. Halcyon days, they were. Innocent 1970s, 1980s halcyon days. Mostly 1970s. You know, it was your lightsaber. It was your Garand M1 rifle against all the German soldiers that were on the train that went past on the train tracks behind the fields. You know, it was your whatever. It was a universal tool. Simple times they were. For me, anyway. I know not everybody had the same life, but yeah, hey. I can't reminisce about somebody else's life. These bits I'm going to have to do the sandage. Sandularity. I will have a look at chat in a moment. Just got my dinner, chicken chasseur with roast potato, says Max McGinn. Oh, that's a real 1980s middle class England. Oh yeah, that's proper, that is. That's proper, like your mate who lives in a posh house, you live in a rough house, and your mate lives in a posh house like me. I'm not the kid with the posh house. You know, you go around to your mate's house and his mum's making chicken chasseur. Would you like to stay for dinner? Would I? Because we don't have beans and chips. Yeah. I was not the posh kid when I was a kid. But chicken chasseur. That's a proper 1980s dish, that. 1970s, 80s dish. Get in. 10 points for Max McGinn. George saying hi to Dad. How are you doing, my friend George? What news of the revolution? I just finished converting the Indomitus Captain Friday night. He's now Belay Master of the Deathwing. Cool. So I might need to add a little green stuff to the wings on his helmet to anchor them a little better. Magnets. Maybe too small for that. Never found foreign pornography as a kid, says Timothy. It's kind of a British thing, I think. I don't know. I grew up in the mid-90s, so dial-up avoiding the Wi-Fi, says Janskov. Then you've missed all the things that we took that were just brilliant when we were kids before the internet. Like, you know, you'd actually have to physically go and knock on your friend's door, and when his mum answers, you say, "Hi, is Dave coming out to play? Is he playing out?" I don't know what I brought that back for. Or, you know, if you wanted to like see if your mate was coming out to play, you'd actually physically telephone them on the telephone. "Hello, Mrs. Johnson. Is Trevor there, please?" Hi, Trevor. You coming out to play? All right, I'll see you on the field in 10 minutes. Bye. Great stuff. Life was so simple in those days. Thing is, if I could live then, if I could go back in time and live at that time, but now as an adult, it'd probably be horrible and terrible. Like, God, I need the internet. I so need the internet. I've got to go to the shop. I've got to physically go to a shop to do something, and everything they've got is rubbish. Yeah, he probably would actually be gash if he did that. But hey, when you're a kid, your priorities were much different. Missing it. No, I'm not that one. It is this one here. Do. See, nowadays, you know, a kid can be like 10 years old and have had years of experience of things like, for example, pornography. Whereas when I was a kid, you never saw anything like that. You'd be like, I don't know, you'd be lucky if by 10 years old you'd even seen anything remotely mildly pornographic, like, you know, page 3 of The Sun or something, with the most you got. So like when your friend who's got an older brother actually turned up with like a porno bag. Oh, and this, we're talking real mild stuff here. We're talking like, in those days, it's not even soft. It's just like, it would just be terrible stuff. You look at it now and be like, that's just garbage. What? That's not even slightly trouser tenty. But, you know, hey, when you're 10 or 11 years old, it's the first time you're like, wow, I've never seen a boob before, you know. Amazing. But to think that kids now have got access to everything basically straight away. I mean, that's the world they grew up in, so that's how they experience it. So it's not like they're missing out themselves, because that's the world they exist in. But I know the experiences they won't have. And that's the shame for me. But then again, they may have lots of better experiences. Like, they may think I'm missing out because of the things I haven't experienced because I didn't have the internet when I was a kid. So yeah, I suppose there's that. Swings and roundabouts, isn't it? Now that went on much better, meaning I don't have to fanny around trying to get the leg to fit now. It'll actually go in place nicely. There we go. You would never know of all the fatassery I had to do to get that leg to go on, would you? Never, ever. You wouldn't know. But I'm quite proud of that. Minor repair that Colin's looking at it and going, I'd do that without even waking up. But I'm like, look at me, I did a thing. I'm so special and clever. I know, it's not that special and clever. I know. This is me we're talking about. For me, the height of anything like that is leaving a mould line on a toe. For me, the height of mod work is putting a rivet on something. So, yeah, hey. Let's have a look at chat. Fox, in the 1980s, video porn was illegal to buy or sell, so most of it was Danish, sneaked into the UK from Amsterdam by long-distance lorry drivers. Yeah, it probably explains it. 1970s, the dark ages. They were warm and sunny. I guess I was lucky then, says Timothy. Dad had a secret stash in the basement. Not that secret. Ginger Lynn was my first starlet crush. I used to sneak in crates of beer from Belgium. Yes, I was naughty, not many, about a dozen crates, says Sarah Jane. Cool. Timothy says, I've got a family in Belgium. I can still remember a few of my friends' phone numbers from the 70s. Yeah, I can remember my mate Mike's phone number. My friend Mike had a phone number that was 1 digit different to the local police station. He used to get some really interesting voicemail messages on his answer machine. Or other answer machine messages on his answer machine. I like those Max Power mags back then, says Max. No, that was like 1990s. Like back in the 70s, porn mags were like real. In this country, it was illegal. So they really would be like under the counter. You'd have to really know that shopkeeper, and they'd sell them on the QT. It'd be like gentleman's specialty magazine. You wouldn't go into a shop and just say, "Can I have that porn mag on the shelf, please?" Like you do now. If you, in fact, would even buy a magazine, you wouldn't. How do we even get started? We're talking about porn. I don't know. How do we get Fox on subject of 80s porn, says Timothy. I've got no idea. I was here and I don't know. I'm watching closely, says Festa67's Workshop. What do you think of my mod work on that dude? I've forgotten which one it was. Probably that one. And that one. Are you most impressed about my awesome work? I think you are. I think you are. Especially with the chisel. First time I've used a chisel in anger. Now the reason I've got those is when I do my Macarius Vanquisher tank and my Malcador Infernus, they are of course Forge World tanks. And they have track units, being tanks, obviously. And what I want to be able to do is, if I get any of the connection... Now, luckily, I think on one of those, it's got the track unit with a gap, and the gap is where the key is, the big piece of resin block that links into the track. And I think the key is there, so there's no cleanup. But on some of them, they have, like, you'll get the tank track, and there'll be the key right on the tank track. And you have to cut it away and then carefully carve it back to restore the piece of tank track, so it can look like a piece of tank track. So that's why I got them chisels, so I can start carving out. Because you get imagine like an intricate tank track and a big key in the middle of it, like a nub. The key is like a nub on a resin kit. And you've got all the track details. You'd have to go in and start recreating it. And yeah, so I watched Leaky Cheese do a video where he showed how to do that. And I'm like, oh, I need to get some chisels. So I've got some chisels. Colin says, chiseling is a thing. I've only got 2, though. I was going to get 3, but it's free for £1. I didn't have £1. But I'll tell you who has got £1. Paul Di Tommaso's got £1. Colin, how many can Paul get for that £1 that he found in his bedroom? I'm asking you that. You can't say that because you're not on the stream, are you? I'm an idiot. Sarah Jane says, I used to drive lorries on the continent, was across there for weeks, sometimes before coming back, so duty-free was stringent, snuck a few crates back in the chassis. There you go. Ours were all 7 digits. Still are, they just add more area code prefixes. They are now 10 digits. My phone number now is 12 digits. But it used to be 10 digits. Wait, huh? Sorry, 11 digits. It's 11 digits, but it used to be 10. They added 1 to the area codes back in the 90s. So 021 became 0121, and so on and so on. La 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 la. Right, so we got them done. We have, 20 minutes to go. The next step then is to... No, I've actually got them bits done. Let's cross off the 2 errant lads. Yeah, they're done. Gits, that's what they are. The gits. If you do get this combat patrol for Space Wolves, do keep an eye. It might just be my particular this one batch. It might be a weird batch. It might be that particular figure. It might be that I've messed up a part somewhere. It's not impossible, but they are the right legs and they do fit and match the picture. So if you do get this combat patrol, just keep an eye out for this step, 2C. Just do all the other ones first and then come back to whatever legs you've got left. Just keep an eye on that. Fox, he can get 3 minus, and with exchange rate, Colin gets a healthy profit. Yeah, but the joke is, it's Colin, so how many can he get for a pound? He can get 3 for a pound, 3 for a pound. I can't, just Colin isn't here to say that, unfortunately. So we've done that. Next up we have back package. Ooh, backpacks on all of them. And then it's all the arms and accessories. So I'm not going to start the backpacks now because that's an entire stream in itself. So I'll leave it there with them guys. Bloody hell, Fox! I remember when they added the one many memories. I used to work in the civil service, and we got little stickers to put on all the phones. Ours was 4 and then went to 5. Confused the hell out of me when that happened. The funny thing is now when I occasionally see like a trade vehicle or something. I found something today. It was like a letter or a receipt or something in the house, or a card or something. And you can tell how old something is because it had the old area code without the 1. I'm like, wow, that's at least 27 years old. It was like it might have been like a card that came with some flowers or something that had the phone number in it. I was like, oh wow, that's at least 27, 28 years old. It's a good like dating point. It's like carbon dating, but from the number. And I'm sure I saw the other day, not the other day because it's been a year, I'm sure I've seen recently like trade vehicles that had the old number on it, and I'm like, hang on, how can you still have a phone number from 30 years ago on your van? It's like they never updated it. It's like weird, but yeah, like a knackered old Transit. It was like a Builder or something. It's still got the old area. I'm like, wow, you haven't updated that van in 30 years. Right, so we're not going to do we won't start on the backpacks. We'll let them dry. We'll be ready for next week. I'll crack on with the backpacks on Friday when me and Colin do a stream on Friday night. So I'll crack on with them then. And then next Sunday, if I've got any left to do, because I won't get many done in Colin's stream. We don't get a lot. Well, I don't get a lot done during that stream. Colin does. Colin's built an entire Baneblade, and I stuck like 2 dudes together. So, yeah, pretty much. We'll finish the backpacks off next week. Then it's arms and accessories. Then we've got 5 Reavers to build. And then we can crack on with the Death Guard. Death Guard! Yes. Now, arms and accessories might take a while because there's lots of cleanup on weapons to do and bolter drilling and stuff. So, we shall see. Good fun, though. Absolutely good fun to do all this. You've got all these accessories like purity, I say quality seals and purity seals and bits and bobs. I like doing that. Right, so we've got 5 or 10 minutes to kill. Anything else I can show you that I've been doing? Not really. Oh, don't forget, of course, I've got all my special Space Puppy heads to go on these. So we'll save some time on the cleanup by not having to get rid of all the mould lines on the heads because we're using my Space Puppy heads. Oops. That Andy Sutherland. I know Andy Sutherland sent me in because I wrote his name on the tub. There you go. I was debating whether to go and get the Macarius Vanquish out to show you, but we've only got 10 minutes. Not really worth it. It's all in bags and stuff. I don't know where it is actually. Should we have a quick? I'll go and get it. Give me 1 second. I'll go and see if I can find it quickly. Hang on. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back in a moment. Here we go. Probably take me like half an hour to get it out of the packaging and stuff. What have we got? All kinds of things in there. Let me move the camera back a bit. I'll have to do the focus again as well. Do focus. Oh, it's not in focus, not too bad. Yeah, it'll be alright. So I've got some liquid green stuff. I don't know when I bought all this green stuff. And some actual green stuff putty as well. I thought I might need all that. I've got myself some little dust masks. I've been looking forward to making this for ages. And I really must do it. My first Forge World tank thing. Look at that. Oh, yes. Yeah, it's going to be nice, that. Look at that. That's a bit of resin, that is. It certainly is. It'll require all kinds of straightening and cleanup, I know. Straight away. It's all in bags, though, so you've got all the bits there. Of course, the track units. I think the track units are... Yeah, there you go. On this, I'm really grateful because this is what I was saying. You've got the track unit there. And what they've done is they've done the whole track unit, but they've actually removed the piece of track where that enormous key goes. So when you cut that off, you saw that away and clean it up, and then you just have a piece of track that you glue in place. And I can't thank them enough for that, because I've seen some of them where you would have an actual key on the track. And imagine trying to reproduce or replace that by carving it back out. You could probably carve the shape away, but trying to get that pattern back in there, you'd never do it. So yeah, so I can't wait to build that. I really can't wait to get this thing built. Maybe I put the bubble wrap for that now. Just there. I really can't wait to work on this. The thing is, I know I'm either going to love it or it's going to be a horrendous experience, because it's resin and it'll require a lot of cleanup and reshaping and moulding and stuff. I can't help thinking it's going to be either love it or hate it. It really is. I'm not sure where the instructions are, but I think the instructions don't exist. A guide to resin. It was made on the 12th of June 2019. It was checked by MW 2019. I guess I don't think you actually get any instructions with it, because it doesn't really need them. It's only got a small number of parts. Actually, it hasn't got a small number of parts. Yeah, and you get the big chassis piece there. That's nice. I can't unfortunately test fit a track on that, it looks like, because they've got big keys on them. But I'm sure there'll be lots of cleanup to do and stuff that I'll have to work on. And I'll probably have to reshape and bend some things, but I can't wait to get that done. Look at the detail. That's lovely, that is. Colin says saw. Did he say saw? I did. I'll have to use my special saw. But there's no instructions. Lots of pieces. Hello. Oh, my lid's open. But lots of pieces of resin. The reason I went for the Vanquisher as well is the one thing I like about the Vanquisher is it's not just one cannon, it's actually got two guns. I thought I actually had instructions with this, but and I don't think it's that complicated. It's probably fairly straightforward, but I thought I did. Oh, there they are. Yeah. Idiot. I'm so special. So yeah, we do have the instructions there. And the instructions are basically, here's the tank. Isn't that brilliant? How is that for instructions? But there you go. That's the like literally they say here's all the parts numbered, and just so they're numbered because we don't give you any instructions, because here's all the parts named. Yeah, but you can see what the tank's gonna look like. Mint tank, that. I'm looking forward to doing that. Yeah, can't wait. Maybe we... Oh, hello, matron. Maybe we might do that next, then, after Lehman Russ. I need to do a good, proper how to build resin things video anyway, so... I guess there'll be a lot of swearing and clean up, though, to get that sorted. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. You watch. That won't be the next thing. I'll build the toilet. It'll be something else now. Because I'll get sidetracked and distracted. That needs to go in. I've got to figure out how this all went back in now. How did that go back in there? That went in there like that. That totally didn't go there, but never mind, it's near enough. It can sit on there. Put that to what? I'm not going to sit there and pack it all away again on camera because that's boring for you guys. But yeah, there you go. That's the we might do that one next. £7. Green stuff. Yeah, I got some of this because I might need to do some filling and I've got no idea the best. I don't like using putty, so I thought I'll give this stuff a try. It's at least seems like reasonably fun to use, so we'll give it a try. Yeah, go get it, says Panda. It's show and tell time. Fox, how much they charge for stuff you think Forge will be less rubbish at casting? They're actually very good at casting. If you compared Forge World resin to like small garage kits that you get, like little short run garage kits that people make, Forge World I think are one of the few proper full scaled up industrial resin model casters. A lot of the other places are like small scale, and some of them are like really small scale, like a bloke in a garage. For what they do, the thing not to get confused is the Forge World stuff is not anything to do with the Games Workshop resin Finecast stuff. Finecast is terrible, and that's not Forge World at all. Forge World is completely separate resin production. But for what they do, the stuff they make is actually very good quality. You do get issues, you get miscasts, you get bubbles, but then that's just a process. That's a side effect of the process of making resin models. You can't make a resin part. It's not like plastic production where you can make millions and millions and millions, and then some of them might be shonky, so you just throw it away and recycle the plastic. Resin is like, each mould has a very limited lifespan, by the time it gets to the point where things are too bad, you have to destroy the mould and make a new one. So there's always going to be, resin kits are always more intensely hardcore than plastic kits, which is why I've always been reluctant about resin, because I don't have the mechanical, physical building skills. They make me nervous. So yeah, we'll see. But yes, Forge World stuff is actually, for compared to a lot of the stuff you find out there, is actually really, really good. And don't forget, when you get like a beautifully cast resin model, it's usually from the start of the production run. Give it a couple of years, it won't look that good. When you buy a resin model from some small company, they might make 100 of them. And that's it, because that's as much as they can make from that mould. So yeah, Forge World resin, it's not that bad. You've got to do some bending and some shaping, but that's what you get with resin. That's the thing of resin. The parts are numbered, so if one is missing, you get your replacement part by quoting the number. That's the other thing about Forge World. They are very, very good or usually are very, very good about replacing broken parts, because you will get situations where you've got a part you can't fix. It's just too badly warped or too damaged or it's broke. They'll actually, the customer service is apparently very, very good. So that's the one advantage they've got. I'm not even in focus, am I? Focusing now, sir. Hang on. Wibbly wobbly time. There we go. I've taught him well. He's taking big boy steps. I'm so proud, says Colin. Yeah, I haven't seen me try sawing it though. I'll tell you what. Just for Colin before we go, I'll give Colin a little happy trouser tent moment. There you go. That's Colin happy now. £7 for 5 inches of Games Workshop green stuff. The 36-inch roll is 12 direct from the maker, says Panzer. I know. Okay, my bad. I thought Forge World did the Finecast garbage. No, that's just Games Workshop, and it's nothing like the Forge World stuff. Finecast is garbage. Finecast star, not fine. Yes. So yeah, Forge World's good for resin manufacture, but you have to expect some shenanigans, and I will be. It's only a small number of pieces, and I hope it'll go together well, but I know I'm going to end up hating it, and I might not even finish building it because it might be like, I can't do it. We'll find out. Anyway, I should stop going now because it's nearly 6 o'clock, which is when Colin and Dad start over on the Scaly Models channel. It's Dad's in between show. Although unfortunately there is no show after Dad's show. So if you and Colin want to go along, Chris isn't streaming tonight. So, and I don't think I'll stream anything because I'm just too tired. We'll leave it at that. But yes, it's so make sure to go over to the Scaly Models channel at 6 o'clock. I'm going to go off now and make my dinner. Yay! Until next time, though, don't forget, of course, if you would like to support this channel, I will be really grateful if you would consider it. If you're not... Careful now. If you're not already a channel member, I would really be grateful if you'd consider it by going to either patreon.com/modelmakingguru. Look, Deathcore Command Crew. Yes. / well, let me start again. patreon.com/modelmakingguru. Or if you want to just simply click the join button underneath any one of my videos and you become a channel member. Either way, you get access to content a week in advance in a lot of cases. You get advert-free early access content, and you also get some exclusive stuff every now and then. So it's worth helping out, and you're also helping to keep the channel alive. But until then, I shall say thank you very much for watching. Raging Modeler says, when we go to Warhammer World, do not let me buy the giant squig off. You've said that to Colin, and you know what happens when you tell Colin not to do something. because Colin's in the chat and he's read that. So that means guarantees Colin will be pushing you into the Forge World store towards the Squigoths. It's a new shiny saw. It's been used a bit. And then, oh yeah, Fred's on after Dad, says Panzer. Yep, Fred's on after Dad, so make sure to go and watch that as well. Modelers United. But anyway, yes, that's going to do me. So I shall bugger off so that Dad and Colin can crack on. So until next time, though, take care of yourselves. Thank you very much for watching. Have yourself a good rest of the evening. Take care of yourselves. Go make something awesome. You know, any of this stuff. Go be awesome. You already are. And until next, I'll make sure my buttons work. Yeah, buttons are fully functional. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Adios, amigos.